hi, everyone tuning in. My name is Maggie /Meta if you're here from my Tumblr. I've streamed before, but normally I play a lot of video games or do art streams, and this is the first time I'm doing a D&D stream. This particular Dungeons & Dragons campaign is a lot of homebrew, but mostly like 2014 5e rules. It is near and dear to my heart. I have a lot of art for it. And I'm hoping that this kind of becomes a little bit of a mix of D&D campaign, but also like some elements of point-and-click adventure / visual novels. I want to have a lot of art available to you guys to make it a little bit more visually interesting, since obviously we're not using webcams. But I look forward to doing this, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun.
Do you
Shall
guys...
we go around the virtual room?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go first. I'm on the far left over here. I am Graham. I've done D&D on and off over the past 10 years. Never gotten a character past level 6, I want to say. So I feel like that's pretty. I don't know if that's normal. I've played a lot of Baldur's Gate 3. I'm ready to go. I'm playing Pewter Shale, and he's a friendly big stone golem, and with an indiscernible accent. And that's it.
Man, I still can't pinpoint what that is. I've
Could
heard
be
before,
anything.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go next. I am Kyle. Nice to meet you guys on chat. Thank you so much for joining. I have been playing D&D for about the same amount of time. I am a forever DM, so being one character is driving me insane, and you will see it happen live. I am going to be playing Flynn Misselpot, and I'm doing a voice that my wife has said drives her crazy. So hopefully she's not on stream. I am a Lightfoot halfling, about 3'2", and look young with stark white hair, green eyes, and I guess I'm wearing some pretty good clothing, but my boots specifically are like master craftsman boots. And you'll learn more about me later.
My name is Ryan. I'm playing Herb Goblano. I have about 3 campaigns worth of D&D experience under my belt, and I am playing a human warlock. Sorry, and I don't look like a human, but you'll learn more about that later.
Yeah, I guess I will also comment on my D&D experience. So this is a bit of a unique campaign. I've actually run this campaign a couple times before, and that we'll kind of see how everything plays into it. But I've had the fortune of being able to kind of test run this a couple times. But that being said, I do want to try and make it as interactive for the viewership as possible. So over time, I might pull some names and stuff from chat. So if you're having fun in the chat, you might end up in the campaign eventually. We'll see. We're all still new at the streaming element of this, so give us a little leeway when it comes to that. But yeah, I think we're all. I'm looking forward to it.
I am certainly.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
I am.
And should we say there is a 4th character?
Yeah.
not
Oh
present
yes.
I don't know who you're talking about.
You may have
We're
noticed
alone here.
the cardboard cutout of the cat. One of our players was unable to make it tonight, but does intend to play for the rest of the campaign. So yeah, we have a little stand-in, and he will be joining us next week. We will be streaming this on Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We have a fun little selection of people from across the U.S., so it's a little bit different for everyone, but 8 p.m. Eastern, and I've added that to my stream schedule. If sounds like I'm stalling, it's because I am a little bit. I'm actually posting on my Tumblr real quick to re-announce, just in case we have any additional viewerships before we get started, but we'll also be taking the recording of this stream and we'll be uploading it on our YouTube channel. The YouTube channel doesn't have any YouTube videos on it yet because this is our first stream. But I'll also be posting that on my Tumblr. So if you miss a stream, you can go check it out there. Yay!
If you want to get a little traction on the YouTube channel, we could use my channel. It has 2 videos on it, one from a high school project, and the other is a Warhammer meme. It didn't get a lot of views, but you know, it's better than nothing.
Wait, hold on. Oh wait, you guys can't hear the audio. Okay, for the viewership, there was applause. I forgot you guys can't hear the audio.
I felt it in my soul.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You didn't tell us you were an influencer.
Well, you know, I don't like to brag, but I put an ABBA song over a Warhammer cinematic, and it's probably my crowning achievement.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, in that case, we can go ahead and get started. I have a veritable mess of stuff over on my OBS here, so hopefully I'll get faster at it, but as of right now, we're gonna see how quickly I can get this. Whoa.
Uh-oh. Spoilers.
Whoa. I'm invested all of a sudden.
Jump scare. It's fine. It's not a spoiler, really.
Please, please, I promise.
Just pretend.
Don't leave.
We're off to a great start.
Did we say starting at 8? We meant to say 8:22.
Yeah. All right. It's fine. We're giving people
right
a chance to
on
roll in. Yeah. All right. Let's switch to some scarier music. Oh, I have to turn off the first one first.
For my fellow players.
Wait. Yeah.
Thank
Where
you.
even is the... Okay,
You're
it's
welcome.
Bard Lively 1. Jank is a rite of passage. Thank you, Luigi. I appreciate it. We're sticking with the hurdy-gurdy. All right. Let's put you guys in a little bit of a different setting.
Oh.
You all find yourself in a church. It's dark. You've given it your best, but you can feel the energy flagging from your bodies. You have lost this fight. At the end of the room, there is a woman. See, it wasn't a spoiler. And she's laughing at you. In her hand is her prize, glowing with power. You know, I was looking forward to this. You are the first group in a while to make it this far. But you sure know how to let a girl down, huh? Better luck next time, I guess. And as the amulet in her hand begins to glow, you find that your consciousness finally fails you, and everything fades to white.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, well, that's the end of the campaign. I hope you all had fun.
All right.
No.
Yeah, that was good. I was
Character names.
I was glued to my seat.
Yeah. Man, I need to get better music. All right, we're putting on the jaunty bard again. All right, so welcome to the world of Irio, and you all awaken on a cart. Now, the bodies that you just found yourself in, that whole church scene, was a convenient dream. But what's strange about it is it's a dream that you've been having a lot recently. It's deeply unsettling. The body that you're in is not your own, and unbeknownst to all of you, you all have been having the exact same dream. Though I'm guessing that you have not shared this information with your cohorts just yet. The three of you had all found yourself on an ocean liner. This works as a sort of gray house bus that gets you all over the continent. So no matter where you wanted to go, you could find yourself there on this specific cruise. That being said, the cruise hit some unfortunate whirlpools just north of the eastern continent, and unfortunately had to offload all of its passengers. Fortunately, you were given some fun vouchers. These vouchers are for an inn, the first one that you can find, and act as sort of a free night stay. It's hardly an explanation nor any sort of payment for the amount of money you spent on the actual boat tickets, but it's a large enough corporation that it can get away with kind of slighting its passengers in this way. It was kind enough to offer you a cart ride to the nearest city, and in you three's case, that happened to be the small town of Lolis. You find yourself arriving at this town as you kind of stir from this dream. It's late in the afternoon, like 4 or 5 o'clock, and you all are awake. You three have met each other before, but only briefly, so you've maybe only known each other for a day at most.
Right?
That cart
Okay.
ride was long, you guys.
Are we there yet?
I've been having lots of fun. If I think we have time for one more round of I Spy someone green.
No
Yeah.
offense, but your seat looks like it's cracking, and I'm afraid the cart's not going to handle another ride.
Okay, and Peter starts to fiddle with like some sort of like harness on his chest. He goes, "Okay, I thought it should be okay. I think we'll be good." Also, not nice to make fun of other people's weight, Flynn. We've talked about this, but you know.
It's not your fault. No, don't worry about it. I mean,
We're
some
not
people are
making
just
fun.
born bigger.
Well, you're not born bigger, but I appreciate sentiment. Anyway, I had to look around a bit. Is there anyone else in this cart with us?
You three are the only ones inside the cart. However, driving the cart is a kindly old man who hasn't really spoken to you much. But he does kind of give the like pat to indicate that you have arrived. And you hear his voice from the front of the cart go, "All right, this is as far as I'm taking you."
Well,
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you,
What's your
kindly
name?
man.
Oh, my name is Luigi.
Oh, thank you, Luigi.
Thank you, Luigi. We really appreciate it.
And might I say, you're looking very dapper today. I really like the whole ensemble.
Oh,
I mean, you did so much for us. I mean, even telling us when we were talking too quietly or too loud on the trip. We appreciate it.
well, that's what I do. I'm Luigi the audio master. All right,
Luigi,
Oh, wow.
what's the name
I-
of this town?
This is Lolis. It's really not on any maps. It seems like it's pretty small. But
Well, you're calling it small. That's not very nice about your own city.
I'm not from here. I'm hired out by the boat corporation.
Oh,
That's what they're
Oh,
called,
okay,
by the
then
way. It's
insult
boat
away.
corporation. It's
The
boat
boat
corp.
corporation. Of
Yeah.
course, of
Also,
course.
Luigi, what are you doing driving cart? It seems like you're much more experienced to be driving your audio master. Is that some sort of wizard?
Oh, well, unfortunately, the amazing art of audio hasn't really been explored at this time, so I'm trying to really make it big. But right now I'm just working 9 to 5 at Boat Corp. So, you know, I'm glad that my services could be of use to you guys.
This town's probably on goblin maps. They're the best.
Okay, well,
Well,
nice to
I
meet
mean,
you,
I gotta get out of
Luigi.
here, though. All right.
Take it easy.
It was nice meeting you guys.
Hardly working.
Nice meeting you too.
And Luigi rides away on his cart. And hopefully...
gosh, I miss Luigi.
Yeah.
He was my favorite.
All right, so you found yourself in this small town, and Luigi wasn't kidding. Other than, you know, a small handful of houses, it really seems like the most predominant thing in this town is just a couple of... There's like a general store. There's a church at the end of town. If you see on the stream, that's a lovely little map of the area. But as here. I can actually zoom in because I know it's a little bit small. But as you can kind of see in this little area, mostly it's residential. There's a couple houses where various villagers are staying. The most alarming thing in this town is, despite the fact that it's very small and likely doesn't see many tourists or visitors, there are not one, but two large inns directly parallel to each other, one called the Slippery Penguin and one called the Powdered Ostrich. Now, your tickets don't specify one or the other, but other than that, it's a pretty standard town.
Guys,
Okay.
what's an ostrich?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen one before.
I believe ostrich is a large snake with a leathery wings, if I am not mistaken.
That sounds terrifying.
I agree, that does sound terrifying. I think we should pick
Yes.
the other one.
I don't know why you would bring it up, though. Anyway,
Well, you see, the
Peter starts walking.
Alright.
So where you?
I'll follow.
Yeah, I guess we will.
So you're going into the Slippery Penguin.
Oh, I was
We're
just walking
following-
down the
we're
street
following Peter.
towards the end.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. As you kind of march down the street, I will say that the few people who are kind of wandering outside do kind of point at you, Pewter, and they're kind of whispering behind their hands, but they seem to kind of stay out of their way. Again, this is not a town built for tourism.
I wave and I smile. I say, "Hey, how you doing? Good day. Nice to meet you."
It's not his fault he looks like that. Please look away. It's okay, Pewter.
Yeah, they can look whatever they
Okay with
want.
How he looks.
I'm a proud rockman, you know.
Oh, sure, sure.
They sort of just like kind of scuttle away. None of them seem great at. There's no welcoming committee for you guys.
Finally, not everyone's pointing at me.
You got some weird looks too.
Yeah.
No one was
Most
100%.
of the pointing was at Peter.
You gotta keep Peter around. If you stand next to him, you look way better by comparison, you know.
Yeah, you guys.
Where are you heading?
Pewter?
What did you say?
Where are you going?
Oh, I was just walking into town. Walking down the street, looking around. Can't really make heads or tails of any of these buildings, and I don't know what these slips of paper are for. So
You came all this
Can I
way and
roll?
you don't know what the
Yeah.
papers for.
You
Can we
can
roll
roll.
perception or something?
Sure. First roll of the game. Yeah, if you guys all want to roll perception, for the buildings.
okie dokie. I got 17.
19.
Very
Four.
perceptive.
What was that, Herb?
4.
4.
Sorry.
Okay. You don't really notice anything. You're kind of distracted. You're still kind of riding the high of not getting pointed at. While Pewter and Flynn, you notice that while most of the buildings again are residential, there are a couple buildings that are labeled. One is Aredo General, which was to your left as you walked in. This seems to kind of be a standard general store, but looking in through the window, it almost looks more like kind of a collection of random junk, almost like a thrift store, where people passing through or random villagers will kind of just throw whatever. There doesn't seem to be any real rhyme or reason to what this store is selling based on what you can see through the window. There's the temple at the end of town, which you can see as the largest structure, and it doesn't seem to have any iconography that you would recognize. You can see a graveyard at the end of town, and in addition to the inns, you notice as you get closer that the two are perfect mirrors of each other. It's the exact same building, as if mirrored on the x-axis.
Pewter, can I see those tickets that they gave us?
Okay, sure, here we go.
Uh-oh. Didn't really tell us which one is which. Herb, can you figure this out?
Do you think they'll both honor him?
I mean,
Worst
Give
case
us time.
scenario, we could sleep right over here, and I'm pointing to just a bush over on the
I
side
think
of the road.
some of us better than others.
Okay, picky. All right, let's go.
I mean,
Well,
a
which one you
hawk
want?
might carry Flynn off, you know. We want to...
That is true. I did not think
That's-
about this.
that has happened only once, and it was just a happenstance.
Yeah, everyone has hawks. Carry them
Yeah,
around.
it's okay. You know, it's never happened to me, but anyway, which one do you want to go in? I do not care. I also,
Right.
okay, let's go right. And Peter looks down at his hands, and he's kind of moving one hand. He's like, I right with the right, and then he goes left.
Good job, man. So which one is to the right?
All right, so if
Just follow Peter.
Pewter's
Yeah,
going to the left, then that would be the Powdered Ostrich from where you walked in.
Okay.
So this would be the building with the red roof. And as the door opens, you find that it's kind of empty, but there's a full tavern at the bottom floor. Apparently all of the rooms are on the second floor. But what you notice is that aside from a few customers kind of floating here or there, is that there is a man behind the counter. And he is there. There he is. And as he sees you guys walk in, oh boy, I need to figure out how to mute those Discord bloops. As he sees you guys walk in, he kind of is excited. He sits up and goes, "Oh, hello! Welcome! This is the Powdered Ostrich. How can I help you?"
Hello, we're looking for a place to stay the night. We're hoping you'll honor our coupons.
When you mention coupons, you see him just like sink a little bit. He's like, "Oh, you're from Boat Corp."
Yes, so you've heard of us.
Yeah, unfortunately. How about this? You stay the night here with your coupons. This is the best inn in all of Lolis. You're gonna love it here. If you like it,
Are you connected to the Penguin?
no.
I mean, it
We're
looks
not.
similar.
We're not at all affiliated with the Penguin. Don't even mention the Penguin here. Don't do
What's
it.
a penguin?
Exactly.
I can't say the word at all.
No. It's banned. He points to a sign on the wall,
Okay.
and it actually says no mention of it in parentheses.
Hell, I cannot
and-
read, so these
He-
rules do not apply.
Peter, I think we don't say penguin or he won't take
But-
our
but-
coupons. I mean,
Oh, you just said it, man. He's looking right at you. Look.
He is looking right
He
at
did
you.
ask me not to.
I specifically asked you not to. Okay.
Where
as a
on-
cautionary tale, I can't say it.
No, not a word. We've already talked too much about it. All right.
I feel like this inn that shall not be named, there's some history here. Is
No,
everything
there's
okay?
no there's no inn. There's no other inn. We're the only inn in town. Stay here with your coupons, and if you love it, you should stay another night, but without coupons.
So you're the best inn because you're the only inn.
Correct.
I guess that makes sense.
You know, can we do, excuse me, Mr. Baldman, one moment, we do a little group huddle over here. I just want to, just fill out our options. about the.
Well, I mean, there's no other
the
options. We're the
bird.
only inn in town. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you could discuss amongst yourselves.
Okay, all right.
Group
I
level.
usher everybody over. So
Can you bend down a little bit? Hold on. Okay. There.
okay, hold. Let me sit crisscross applesauce on floor really quick. Okay, this
Here,
is
Flynn, get on
much.
my shoulders.
Well, now I'm going to stand back up.
I'm not, Herb, I'm not gonna get on.
Okay, I'm
That's
sitting
alright.
down
Here,
again.
go ahead and finish it. So,
All right, I think we're ready.
I mean, what's up with this guy?
I think he's perfectly on the level. I could have sworn that was another inn across the way, but it's not.
Well, I wanted to trust him at first because I saw the luster off of the top of his head. I thought he was also a rock person like me, but I saw that maybe that's not the case. And then he's telling us that we cannot say words, and I think maybe we go look into the flightless bird next door, and maybe we just kind of feel out our options, you know.
I agree. I think we should see what the other guy says.
If we leave and he thinks we're going over to the other one, then I think we might have problems here. Should we distract him somehow?
Maybe we could just tell him we have to go to
Feed our
that
horse.
trash house we saw earlier and look around at the garbage in there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we need to go throw something out. Yeah, that makes sense.
Are you guys? Are you discussing how much you love this inn that you want to stay at?
Okay, it's a
Yes.
bit of a breach of privacy. This was a very personal huddle, you know, and it's pretty rude for you to just be standing 5 feet behind us like this.
He
I mean, we
shuffles
did
away.
just sit down in front of the bar.
Well, okay, but it was implied this was sick. You know, it is fine. I have to go outside, and I'm not going to go to the other place. It is over there. Just going to walk around.
Make a deception check for me.
Does it help that I'm maintaining eye contact the whole time?
I don't
if
think
not,
so.
I got an 8.
Okay. You see him like narrow his eyes, and he's like, the trash house, you say?
Yep.
Okay, so he was listening.
Oh, well,
Yep.
I mean, I can't stop you, I suppose.
Oh, don't worry. We'll be right back.
Okay. Get out.
Quickly.
Well, that's not very nice.
There's such bad vibes off of this guy, honestly.
Yeah,
I know.
Okay, all right, we'll be right back.
I thought.
See you later. Did we? You didn't hand him those tickets, right? You still have
no,
those.
God no.
No, we still have those.
Okay, all right.
They're invaluable.
I
We should go to the Penguin though.
I follow you guys this day. You know, I think you guys go ahead. I'm right behind you.
And I think you maybe leave the lying to us for a little bit.
I do not lie. I have never lied at all. Not once.
Really?
Today at all.
Oh.
So we are going to the trash house?
Okay.
Are
All
you?
right, to the trash house.
Okay, to the
To the
trash
trash
house.
house. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, the one that has a little penguin on the front of it. Wait.
Yep.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah,
is that a
I
penguin?
follow you.
Okay.
You know, maybe he would consider it a garbage house. So really, it is the truth. So I feel better.
All
Very
right.
clever, Peter.
You guys walk into the slippery penguin across the way, and you are immediately struck with a sense of deja vu, because once again this appears to be the exact same tavern that you just stepped out of, except the only thing different is the patrons that are kind of filtering around are different people. But what's most alarming is the man behind the counter, who looks up and excitedly goes, "Oh, hello! Welcome to the Slippery Penguin, the best and only inn in town.
I just narrow my eyes at him and say the word ostrich.
You see him, like, the eye twitch a little bit. And he, like, you see him slowly lift and point to the sign, and it's the exact same sign as in the other inn. It's just, like, no mention of it in parentheses.
I'm gonna lean down and whisper to Flynn. Okay, now I don't mean to sound like a speciesist, but do these humans look the same, or is this just normal? I think all humans look the same.
No, I think this one's unique. I mean, look at Herb. I mean, they come in all sorts of shapes and sizes.
What did you say?
I mean, you're saying this,
nothing.
but you all look so similar with your
You
dumb,
saying I'm the
fleshy
human?
skin.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Hi,
It's a little-
we have these coupons from Boat Corp, and I heard you're the best inn in town.
That's not what we heard.
He looked excited for all of 2 seconds, and then Pewter talked, and he immediately sank back down.
That other guy was talking so much crap about this place. Dude, I thought we were not lying, Flint.
What other guy, Pewter?
Flynn's head is in hand. He's just.
Oh, okay, hold on. Pewter winks really slowly at you.
Yes.
I understand.
The man
Yes,
behind,
best inn in town.
the man behind
Only in town, right, Peter?
I can only lie so much today, please.
the man behind the counter, visibly disappointed, goes, "Yes, we honor the Boat Corp tickets. And we are the best inn in town, regardless of what some stupid doofus may have told you. I mean, just look at our happy customers." And he gestures out. There's like 3 people in this bar. Like, it's just like no one here. But to be fair, there was no one at the other place either. But
Are they happy at least?
I mean, yeah, they seem like they're kind of milling about, and you know, they seem normal. They honestly don't seem to give a crap that you guys are in here. Like, they are.
I want to, like, incredibly unsubtly go up to the nearest person and, like, whisper in his ear while pointing very obviously at the barkeep. Hey, are these guys, like, crazy?
You lean over to the nearest one. We'll say some figure hunched over the bar, and she kind of like looks over and she's like, that's not my place. You know, you do you.
Okay. That was unhelpful. I'm gonna leave.
She gives you a thumbs up.
Guys,
So
I
the
think
other,
everyone is crazy. It's time.
I think so, and the other guy's name is Stupid Doofus or something like that. So this whole town's a little weird.
Oh, that's good. We should address him by name next time we go in there.
It's so important to show people you care. You remember their names, just like I remember all of your names.
Name one.
It's you. It's stupid doofus. That's what we were talking about, right?
Yep, nailed it.
Okay, see?
As the 3 of
Oh.
you are standing in this inn, kind of talking to yourself. The man seems visibly like he gets excited when you compliment him, and then when he hears like "stupid doofus" muttered, he's trying to figure out if you're talking about him or someone else. He's like half listening, but he's
This
not.
town is so nosy
Yeah,
all
he's
the
not
time.
subtle about it at
No
all. He is
personal
very
space.
much prying. And as you guys are kind of standing there deciding what to do, you hear the door kind of swing open again, and in rushes this woman, who seems somewhat upset, and she goes, "Gable, it's just unacceptable. I refuse to pass another day." She just walks right past you guys, like unperturbed.
And she's talking to the barkeep?
She's talking to the barkeep.
Oh, okay. And I
Okay,
guess I'll
well,
turn to her and say, "Lady, we were first."
She sees you guys, and it's like she clicks that people were there. She immediately like recedes and is like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it." And she like looks down, and seems very apologetic.
Oh no, now I feel bad.
Pewter's waving. It's okay. But just know that if you want to talk to us, that guy is definitely going to listen to everything you're saying. So just keep that in mind. We will also be listening. So anyway, continue your conversation.
I mean, I think it's just the polite thing to do in this town.
Oh,
I agree. It's
I mean,
cultural customs and whatnot.
Everyone in this town eavesdrops. It's it's part of the custom.
I think I saw it on the sign outside the town.
Does she point to a sign?
She actually pulls out like a business card, and it's like says everyone eavesdrops here. She goes, looking at you all, you wouldn't happen to be adventurers, would you?
I mean, us collectively? I'm not sure. I mean, we've kind of just known each other for a little bit, but I mean, I'd be happy to help.
I never really thought about it, but I like the ring of that sound.
The sound that she made, specifically.
Sometimes like my brain is little jumblies and I don't know what I'm saying. So just
That's
Please
okay,
be
Peter.
kind.
It happens to the
Yeah, it's
best of
okay,
us.
Peter.
thanks guys. You too.
Yeah. The old man also like awkwardly pats you on the back and is like, "Yeah, it's all right, Pewter."
Thanks, big doofus.
No.
Here, that's the other guy.
That's the
No,
other
that's
guy.
the
Oh,
my name is
oh,
my
He
name
doesn't exist.
my name is yes the other guy that doesn't exist. My name is Gable.
Okay. My name is Pewter. Nice to meet you.
Nice.
I think
nice
he
to meet you.
knows.
Yes.
He's been eavesdropping on everything we said.
Okay, well, introductions are so important and eye contact. Very good, important stuff.
The woman goes, so just to clarify, do you think that you would be able to solve a problem that we have?
We exclusively work for coupons.
I don't believe we said that.
Oh,
I could get you another inn voucher. And immediately Gable is like, no more vouchers.
I will just work for free, honestly. And
Nope.
As long as your cause is just and the boulder would be pleased, I am here to help. And I brush the holy emblem on that's kind of like pushed into the rocks on my chest.
well, we'll touch on that later. Okay. What can we help you with?
Well, if you could just come this way, I'll show you. And she kind of gestures for you to follow her out of the inn.
Well, this sounds like you're trying to rob us. What do you want?
She's like, no, I would never rob you. I realize that sounds like something that a thief would say, but I promise my intentions are pure. You see, not too long ago, this warlock came through town, a really nasty fellow by the name of Azaria Fitch. And he was quite displeased because he saw a tapestry in our temple's window and demanded to have it. And when we turned him down, he grew irate and cursed our beloved cemetery filled with all of our dead relatives whom we love a lot. And, well, just see for yourself. And as she's kind of been leading you outside, she gestures to the fence where you can see there are 4 skeletons kind of shambling around. They don't seem really conscious of where they are. They also don't seem particularly hostile. They kind of just seem like they're around. They're of drastic, different shapes and sizes. One of them appears to actually maybe be a dog skeleton, kind of waddling around on 4 legs. But she goes, I'm afraid that we just simply cannot figure out how to put their souls to rest. If you could help, we would be ever so grateful.
I mean, have you tried talking to him yet? Maybe they enjoy a second chance at life.
Well, I mean, I tried to talk to them, but, well, and she kind of walks over to the fence and she's like, hello? Hello? And they don't really seem to pay her any mind. They kind of just, they seem very non-interested.
Peter's gonna lean down and whisper to Flynn again. He says, Flynn, is it just me, or do these humans not look like normal here? Do you think, or am I being speciesist again? I do not know.
Flynn, Peter, we're gonna have to work on that a little bit. It's, yeah, these ones are definitely not human anymore.
Okay, and I
The
thought
bones are
so.
outside the body. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but I just, I thought that. Anyway, okay, carry on.
I
She
just imagine Pewter being 8 feet tall, bending down to my 3-foot form every
Yeah, that's what
I'm
imagining
basically
every time.
laying on my chest.
yeah, we'll come up with a visualization later, like how every time he talks to Flynn, he keeps kneeling down.
Actually, maybe he picks him up and he whispers in his ear and then sets him back down.
I do not like this precedent.
I don't know how exactly how pewter works. I also am like imagining the possibility of him like taking his head off and lowering it down and then putting it back on. But I don't think that's how pewter works.
Who knows? We
who
keep
knows?
it mysterious.
But as you guys kind of look, you do see that there are 4 gravestones that have the bedding like disrupted, like they've basically been dug up, and there are 4 skeletons walking around, and the lady goes, however you choose to put them to rest is okay, but we do have to ask that you don't actually like desecrate the remains. They are people that we knew in life or have heard of in life, and so if you could just make sure not to destroy them in any way, if you could just make them like lie down, that would be preferable. But you should be able to walk in. They don't seem violent.
Should be able to, or can. Has anyone tried that before?
Well, I mean, we've all kind of just been looking from outside, so it's probably safe to go inside.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then Peter walks inside.
Wait, did we talk about what? Oh, it's too late. Okay, I guess we follow Peter again.
Yes. Well, I think we should let him go in there first.
Is everyone saying it is safe? I do not understand.
I mean, I'm guessing if the skeletons tried to chew him, they wouldn't really get too far, would they?
Yeah, that was what I was thinking.
You know, when I was not wanting to go to sleep, my pop-up would always read me bedtime stories, so maybe they just a little sleepy, but they don't want to go, they don't want to go to bed yet.
You should read
Anyway,
them a story.
I'm gonna go on in.
Okay.
Yeah. As Pewter walks in, the skeletons kind of like turn to look like they do finally acknowledge that you're there, but they kind of just
I
keep
wave.
shambling. They do not wave back.
Oh,
they
wow,
kind of
okay.
keep, yes.
Fucking rude.
That was very intentional.
They do kind of keep shambling around. The only one that seems to really acknowledge you at all, past just glancing over, is the dog skeleton, which again kind of waddles over. It's a very short, wide dog, and it waddles over and kind of shoves its skull against your foot as if it's sniffing you. But then it kind of just like looks up, content, and then waddles away.
When it's over there, I put my hand out, a palm up to the snoot, and see what happens.
It just kind of like shoves its snoot into your hand.
Okay, I start scratching this bad boy.
Oh yeah, this is perfect.
You hear like a rattling sound as you see like the tail like swing back and forth. This seems to be the most aware skeleton in the graveyard.
I turn and I have a light shining in my eyes. I turn to Herb and Flynn. You know, I do not ask for very much, but can we please keep this one?
I think it's not our animal to keep. I think they might be attached to this. I think that's the whole point of the graveyard.
But what
Yeah,
if
I'm
I
not gonna
take care
care.
of him and I always take him out to go potty and I clean his rib cage every day?
I think you'd have to ask our quest giver, who am I just forgetful, or did we not get her name?
No, mysterious woman. We don't know what we're doing this for, other than goodness of our hearts, I guess.
Hotel coupons.
She
And
leans
you.
over because of course she's been eavesdropping. I don't know what you expected from this town. She goes, "Oh,
I am not surprised.
my name is Anya. I'm hoping that you're doing this out of the goodness of your heart."
I mean,
I
my
don't
mom always
have a
taught me
heart.
if you can do something, do it for money. I mean, can we get a little something just so we can get some food?
Well, I know that the inn voucher does cover one free meal, so I'm sure that Gable would be happy to give you a free meal through the voucher that you already have.
The Goblin Code does say we should help people for hotel coupons.
Wow, it's very oddly specific.
I like that. I like this. I think we keep this and we do the thing. Also, if this is relevant at all, I have, you all know, I worship the boulder. I know I don't talk about it very much, but a couple times on that cart ride.
There was a couple hours of the boulder.
I just wanted
yeah.
to make sure, because every time I started talking about it, sometimes it seems like people get sleepy, and so I thought, well, I talk about it again later and make sure everybody. Anyway, I can wed these skeletons, or I can perform a coming of age ceremony. I can also do funeral rite, but I don't know. It's kind of dour mood, kind of down in the dumps. No one really likes that one very much.
Pewter, aren't they already relatives? I don't know we should be marrying any of these skeletons.
That's
It's a small town, I don't know how it works here. Try not to judge, but
Of course.
what does
No.
Goblin Code say about marrying relatives? I'm just curious. You always talk about this Goblin Code.
Whoa. That's kind of,
He
That's
didn't
fair,
answer.
That's fine.
Goblin
I'm
Code
a little
doesn't
worried
touch on
about it.
everything. The Goblin Code doesn't touch on everything. It's a little presumptive of you to assume that.
Doesn't
Just
touch
because
on
of we have
relatives.
policies about hotel coupons and not incest.
They just talk about the important things,
Yeah.
So I get that.
Yeah, we're in a small town. Let's not use the I word. You never know.
Oh. Right.
Yeah. So you and I hold the skeletons, and Peter, you can do a funeral.
I have an
rite?
idea. Anya, are you going to watch us the entire time we do this?
Well, I figured it's only custom for me to listen in to all of your conversations. I mean, yeah, I was just gonna kind of stand out here, watch. If you needed anything, I could direct you. I don't really know what to do.
We need you to not watch. I have a plan, but it's very deep magic, and we can't have people watching.
Oh, okay. I'll make sure. And she covers her hands, or she covers her eyes with her hands, but you can very clearly see that they are parted in a way where she's definitely looking through her fingers at you guys. All right,
Okay, guys,
I'm
group
not
huddle.
looking. I'm not looking.
Group huddle.
I believe
Can
her.
we group huddle like further in the cemetery? I
Yeah,
just
I
don't
think
we're
we
gonna
should
get away
walk
from here.
20
Okay,
to 30
but-
meters away from this woman.
Just so you know, I think that I didn't really get approval on this, but Chunky is what I'm calling him because he's really short and big. He will also be in the group huddle. He or she. It's
Peter,
hard to
I don't-
tell because there's no longer the parts there, so who knows?
Yeah, would you name him Chunky?
And just come up
Yeah.
with something. He's a little chunky guy.
Yeah. Yeah, Chunky is waddling next to Pewter. Seems pretty determined to stay at Pewter's side. And as soon as like you guys get in your group huddle, kind of sits down, and there's like the little rattle of the bones.
I mean,
Okay, guys.
Chunky and me is like the same size, right?
Yeah.
Roughly.
I picture Chunky is like a skeleton basset hound. That's the vibe.
So when they say big bone, like
Legitimately big boned, yes. Would
You know,
sink
I
in
told
water.
them chunky because it's a little bit of a little. It's got some junk in the chunk. You know what I mean? So.
I mean, it was a clever name. I'll give you that.
So we
Herb,
are
you had a
keeping
plan?
Chunky. Yeah, okay, so back in my town, we used to have these raiding parties where we'd go and bring back lots of human skeletons and have skeleton time with them. But what I was thinking is, we would go to another town, get 3 people, flay them, and then we could replace them, put their skeletons in the graveyard, and put these living skeletons in the river under big rocks.
Wait.
And I look back
This
over
is
at Anya.
acceptable under Goblin Code, but
You see, she's like looking, and then as soon as you look over at her, she like hides away. Like, he's like-
Is flaying like? Is it that like a fun way of praying? I don't understand. I have not heard this word. Flay.
Kind of, but not really.
Is it like play?
Yes.
It's. Don't worry about it. I'll try to get it later.
So we just gotta find 3 people who look roughly like these skeletons. There are 3 of them, right? And I look back over.
there are
So, Herb,
there are 3 skeletons, and then also Chunky is there.
I see, okay.
Yeah.
If we're keeping Chunky, we only have to kill 3 people.
What was that? What did you say?
Nothing. We're talking about our weekend plans. You can go back to not spying on us, please.
Herb, I thought you just said we were killed 3 people from the town.
What?
No,
What?
no, not from this town.
Oh. Wait, also, I don't think we should be killing anyone. It seems like that maybe is
We're
not,
not
a nice
going
thing
to,
to do.
as see Anya getting closer.
Oh, I feel like I'm at a certain point where I was trying to respect your privacy, but I feel like you've said some buzzwords that I do feel like I have to kind of get back involved in this conversation again. As I've previously mentioned, please don't kill anyone. I thought I was talking about the skeletons, but you also should not kill any living people as well. I should have added that addendum. I apologize.
Well, you should have told us that.
Yeah, I
So, okay, guys, my
sort of
plan...
thought it was common sense,
that-
but it's fine.
I was
It's a
not
little
going to kill
culturally
anyone.
insensitive.
But I have to respect Herb's culture because, it's a little bit different. They do hotel vouchers and incest over there, so I don't
Nope,
know.
I didn't say that.
I mean, you did kind of imply.
It
was
was implied,
implied.
I feel.
Chunky's
Okay.
nodding his head.
Yeah, Chunky is. Chunky is very invested in this conversation.
Chunky is also going into the river under a big rock.
Huh?
Did you?
No, we're not doing that. No.
No. Alright. So does anyone else have any ideas?
Well, I'm actually looking at, I'm kind of thinking and remembering when I have done the funeral right before, it takes about 1 hour per person. So, it take a little long time, but
That's a lot longer than I thought it would be.
it's a lot
Is
of
the marriage-
talking.
Is the marriage faster?
No, marriage is 1 hour too, and I don't think there's overlap. I have to be touching the corpse, which, ick, first of all, but, and then they
You
will
just
not
have
be
to-
undead for 7 days, and then they'll come back on the 8th day.
As you guys are kind of chatting, Pewter, Chunky at your feet, gives a little like "Barf!" and then stands up and waddles over to one of the gravestones, and then just sort of sits
Chunky,
next to
not
it.
now. Get down. Sit. Lay down. I reach into my little pouch and I throw a piece of gold at him to eat.
Oh,
Chunky sniffs at it
Um,
and then kind of just looks up at you like. even
Peter,
if
I
it
don't
was
think
edible,
animals eat gold.
Well, I've been eating them and they're gross, so I figured they were for dogs or something.
You've been eating your money.
They what? These
Oh, you
the shiny
shouldn't-
rocks?
You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't eat the money.
Well, I mean, I wasn't because they taste nasty, but okay.
Pewter, if you're okay with it, I could hold on to your money for now.
Okay. You guys keep throwing this money word around. I just don't quite
The
know.
yummy treat.
Must be cultural
They're not
thing.
yummy treats, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, they're
sure,
not.
you can have it. But do you have like a snack or something for me? Because I am getting a bit peckish.
Let me see.
Quickly, anything on the ground? Is there a rock? A
Uh,
pebble?
roll an investigation check.
Now this is the high octane rolling I was
Woo!
waiting for.
We love D&D.
That is a solid 12.
12. All right. You look around. Well, there are a couple stones. Unfortunately, they are of the grave variety.
Just start eating. Okay, Chunky, I guess you got a good point.
No, there are some kind of like pebbles and rocks around. They're kind of like the rocks that you would find in like soil. These aren't like your premium river rocks, which would be like, 20 feet to the north.
So you're saying this is like a literal trail mix? Like it's got dirt, it's got rocks.
Okay.
All right. I will take a handful of trail mix. I don't know if this will do, Pewter. I haven't actually seen you eat anything. Is this okay?
Yeah, why not? I'll give it a try. And I'll drop my bag of gold on the ground and I'll scoop it up, the rocks and gravel and stuff, and kind of just chunk it into my maw and crunch it. Okay. It's not bad. It's a little corpsey,
I
but
have to say, you shouldn't give him all your money. The Goblin Code says you're only supposed to steal from the rich and give to the poor.
okay. I do not.
That money's very useful. You can trade it for lots of rocks. It's for
Why
trading.
don't you guys can just share it. That's fine. Here you go. And
I had no intention of stealing it. I was holding it on to it just for a bit for you.
As you look down at the gold, Chunky has made their way over to it and is currently scarfing down the gold, but it's just immediately going through their ribcage and falling back onto the ground.
I love this guy. This is great. He's so
Pewter,
funny.
you might be teaching him bad habits. If we're keeping him. Oh, wait, you like this?
It's kind of net zero for us anyway, so it doesn't really hurt.
Anya,
It's fun to look at.
For the reward, can we keep the dog?
Oh, I guess I don't think that their owner is around anymore. So I guess you could probably keep the dog.
Does the dog have a collar at all?
No, it's just a skeleton, but it does keep
Okay.
drifting over to a specific gravestone.
Okay, I guess I'll walk over there with Chunky. You guys can have this. And I toss Flynn a bag with 60 gold in it.
Oh my god.
Okay, that flattened me out.
As soon as you throw the gold, Chunky immediately chases after it.
No, Chunky, please stop.
Tackles Flynn.
Okay.
Down, Chunky. No.
The Chunky's aren't even wet. It's just really rough and crusty.
I'm gonna pick him up and kind of cradle him in both hands,
Oh,
like against my chest.
yeah.
Come on now, Chunky, let's be good. He is a very small, delicate man. You would crush him easily with your big paws.
Chunky nods sagely.
My good.
Okay
Good
there,
boy.
Pewter. So, are we gonna try to take care of the rest of these 1, 2, 3 skeletons?
Yeah, the other skeletons
It's a
have just
big
been
rock.
wandering around, like, could not care less. Do not seem to be interested in you guys.
I'll walk over to the tombstone that Chunky was trying to pee on.
Okay. This specific gravestone, there's a lovely little inscription.
Okay.
Can you get?
Pewter will run his hands over the inscription and go, "Oh, I see. Okay. Someone has scratched this one, and it has angered the spirits here, so we must probably polish it off."
Nope, Peter. Those are called words.
Okay. Enough with your riddles. Just
No, not a riddle. Someone put those symbols there, and they mean things.
I'm going to take Chunky for a walk. I'll leave you two over here.
All right.
Herb, I think this explains a lot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's okay. You know what?
Okay.
Let's keep pretending that words don't exist. I feel bad.
I do feel a little bad, but at least he's happy with the dog thing.
Do you see
I
him?
mean,
He's
he's
holding
really
Chunky
happy.
right now, and Chunky's doing that thing where like the dog's licking their face, but it's just hitting him in the face with its skull, and he's like, "Oh, stop, Chunky, no, please, it tickles."
Okay, so Flynn, any ideas on how we're gonna pacify these skeletons? I still think Big Rock might be the move.
Well, I mean, I think if we maybe just throw them in the graves they came from. I mean, I don't know. I assume if we could like do a little detective work, we can figure out who goes where. And if we make a little
Yes.
mistake, a grave is a grave.
There's
Yeah,
a
I
quote
turned
for
to,
you.
Better than killing people.
Well, I turn to Anya and I say, okay, have you tried reburying them?
Oh, they don't seem too keen on that. I mean, I haven't personally gone in there, but I've asked them to get back in the grave, and they just seem like they're not thrilled about it, to be frank.
I mean, I think it's kind of like giving a cat a bath. You just kind of have to do it.
Oh, well, we
Yeah.
just normally
And
throw
if
our
you put a
cats in the
big
river.
rock- If you put a big rock on the cat, it can't get out.
That seems...
is true.
I mean, it's true.
Wait, we
but...
look at the river, and there's just a bunch of cat skeletons in there.
No, I mean, they swim back out. Like, it's not... we don't drown the cats, usually. Anyway...
So, no on the people killing, but yes on the cat.
Well,
Okay,
no,
that's a
no,
different
it's
question.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just... I feel like... I don't know. You could try and put them back in the graves. We're not sure which ones go to which.
Does it matter?
I would assume probably. But, I mean...
Okay, that really complicates this. I think we're gonna need at least 2 hotel coupons
Oh,
if we're going to
jeez.
put them in the right grave.
I'll talk to the 2. They might be 2 coupon... Well, I'll
So
just
you're
talk-
aware.
We're all
You're
aware.
aware there's 2 hotels.
Yeah, I
in
mean,
this
everyone's
town.
aware. It's just we don't talk about
so
it.
what's up with that? Like,
What?
quick sidebar. What's up with that?
I mean, it's just they're twins. And they're not fond of each other.
So they're not crazy. They're just like that.
Yeah, they're just like that.
Little bit of sibling rivalry. I share the feeling. Me and my other hundreds of brothers, we really did not get along sometimes.
Wow, Peter, I didn't realize your family was so big.
Well, it's not so big no more, but it's what you know. Anyway, let's go look at these skeletons, and maybe we just put them in the hole, put them in the right hole, and we'll see. Who knows?
All right, let's approach one.
I go to the closest rambling one that doesn't look like it's going to chomp on my head.
All right. There are 3 skeletons other than Chunky. Fortunately, they fall pretty cleanly into the size categories. There's one that is a very large frame. Not quite pewter large, but definitely about like 6'5". Bulky build. And it kind of seems to be dragging around a stick as if it's a weapon, but it doesn't actually seem too keen on using it. Again, it doesn't really pay you much mind. Doesn't really seem like there's much going on behind those eyes, or lack thereof. The other two skeletons, I guess I'll just go ahead and say, one of them is very kind of skinny and seems to be moving in a very like frantic pace, kind of like twitching almost, as it kind of scuttles around. And then one of them is a smaller skeleton that appears to be chewing on one of the gravestones, not doing actual damage to it, but just kind of gnawing at it. And I should point out, it does seem to be like a humanoid thing. This isn't another animal. It just also seems to be biting the gravestone.
I think that's one of Peter's cousins.
I was going to say the same thing.
Peter's eyes narrow when he sees them nibbling on the gravestone, and he gets a glimmer in his eye.
Peter,
Okay. Yes?
they said we can't desecrate the graves.
I
We don't
was
get our coupons.
just going to little taste.
Nope. There are other rocks that aren't headstones.
Okay, alright, I get it. I will not go. I won't take a bite.
Pewter
Of
just steadily
the-
walking towards the...
I'm slowly walking sideways like a crab towards the. Not even a little bit. If my very hungry tummy.
As soon as you get within like 2 feet of the gravestone, the skeleton like seems to finally notice you and immediately like pivots and starts trying to like gnaw at your leg. It doesn't do any damage, but it just like seems hostile, but not in a way, you know, that's legitimately doing any damage.
I will put down my palm up, hand out, up to his snoot. Does he? What is he nibbling on it?
Yeah, yeah. It's just sort of
Okay.
it's just sort of flailing and like it's like trying to hit you with its arms, but it's like, you know, they're really skinny, so it's just like pat, 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 like it's just like, you know, rattling bones if you were hitting it against a concrete wall.
I'm saying no, bad, stop, no bite, no bite, and I pick it up, like arms against its chest, and like I've got hands on both sides of it. I'm just holding it in the air now.
Yeah,
I
it's
assume the legs are kicking around.
yeah.
Okay.
Keep doing that. We're gonna look for the smallest hole. Herb, you come with me.
Yes. Okay. We're already in the graveyard.
I hope so. Yes.
This is not a big graveyard, by the way. You can clearly see
Yeah.
all of the tombstones like
They're
from
all,
where
like,
you're
right here.
standing. Yeah.
Like 2 feet away from you,
Yeah.
right there.
The one that this specific skeleton was kind of gnawing at, like the smallest one is the one that Chunky was near, but the second smallest is the one that this particular skeleton was kind of gnawing at, and this is what that one says.
Oh, now I'm just sad.
What do you guys think? Would I throw him in this hole, but not too rough?
Yeah.
Why do you
Poor
both
little guy.
look so different? Your face is all ugly now, and you've got little water in your eye, Flynn.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's okay.
Yeah, just put it in. Do you have like rocks that just come off your arm, and you can just kind of like slide it in there?
Rocks that come off my arm? What are you talking about? I just
Like-
throw them in the hole.
Gentle.
Oh, okay, alright.
Gentle Peter.
I set them down nice and gentle, and then I start quickly brushing dirt over it.
Yeah, as soon
And
as
kind of
you
holding it down with one hand. I said, no, just
Yeah,
stop.
as soon as
stop.
you put
It's
it in
all
the
asleep
hole,
now.
immediately starts trying to scramble out like.
No.
See, I told you, big rock. Peter, can
Well,
you get us a big rock?
I thought he could shed some of those rocks. I mean, he does leave
That's
pebbles
like
sometimes
asking
where
you
it
to take
belongs.
off some of your skin, though.
Yes,
Oh,
thank
yeah,
you,
that was pretty
Arv.
sensitive.
Finally, someone thinking about it from my perspective. I'm just holding this thing down, and I'm quickly brushing one more dirt on. I say, no,
Okay, here. I'll trade with you, Peter. You go get not the biggest rock you can find. That might not work. A roughly grave-sized rock. You think you can handle that?
Yeah, and if you want, I could probably, and I pull out my maul, and I can just lay it across the chest of the skeleton. Does that do anything?
I mean, it's definitely flailing. It can't move. Like, it's not strong enough to push it off. But as you guys are kind of discussing, Chunky, it gives a loud, like, barf, and is hitting part of this specific stone with his tail. And it's the lower half because Chunky is a short dog.
I mean, I'm just gonna throw it out there, and Peter, I just pulled this out of thin air. The things on the tombstone actually didn't say anything. We might want to look for a toy. I don't know. Did you guys see any like small doll or anything?
Flynn, I just really feel like this is not the time. I don't. I know you're a small like child, but I did not know. Anyway, I mean, okay, you see a toy, or maybe we give Flynn a toy. What do we?
No, I didn't see any toys. But you stop distracting him, Flynn. We need to go get him. We need him to go get the child crushing stone.
Yeah. You guys get the. Oh, please, just don't crush it.
We're
I'll
not
go
gonna
look for
crush him.
something else.
It's just like
I'll-
giving a cat a bath.
I feel bad for Flynn. I'm gonna look around for a toy.
The
As
voice
well.
the
Okay.
voice of Anya echoes in your head. Please don't desecrate the bodies. Except it's not actually echoing in your head. She's just standing off to the side, like kind of.
Anya, jeez, please, there's some level of privacy. Like, we know you're there, but I wish I did not sometimes, you know? She's staring right at us all the time.
I
How
have
are
a
we gonna
happy.
Really
know?
unnerving.
I have a happy expression, but I have yet to need to show it.
Maybe that's a you problem though. If you didn't listen to everybody, maybe you might be happier.
Yeah,
Like Pewter over here can't read, and he's having the time of his life.
I don't even know what that means.
See?
No, I mean,
I have a
you are
great
about to
day.
crush a child skeleton.
No. We're just going to pin him into his grave so he can't leave anymore.
I can read him story if this helps. Tell him story
Thank
of
you,
Boulder.
Peter.
Flynn, if you could.
Oh,
Flynn, you're looking for a toy, right? Or was Pewter looking
I'm
for
gonna
a toy?
try to, but I also want to prevent the rest of my party from doing the right thing the wrong way.
I was gonna help.
Okay.
I was gonna help look for a toy for Flynn because I felt bad. I think he's getting bored and he wants to play with a toy.
If both of you can, well, I'll take Flynn's 12 from before because you already rolled an investigation on this area. But Pewter, if you could roll investigation for me, and then
I got 4.
you got 4. Okay.
Kind of busy.
Yeah, it's you're kind of just distracted, because you can't stop thinking about how tasty those gravestones probably are.
Yeah, a little bit of blue ooze starts to drip out of the corner of Peter's mouth, and then he goes, anyway, and it just slips it back in.
With the 12, I'll say Flynn, you're pretty confident there's not any toys around this this graveyard, but you recall that you may have seen something at some point that wasn't in this graveyard.
That's very, very
It's
specifically helpful. Thank
Yeah.
you. Okay. Can I go up to Anya real quick?
Yeah.
Well,
Anya, are there any like affects or items from some of these deceased?
Oh, well, I mean, if there were, it would probably end up over in Aredo's General. I feel like we normally just kind of sell everything that we can find.
So we're not allowed to desecrate the corpses, but you can pilfer and sell all their stuff.
That's kind of what it sounds like.
It's
yes.
not pilfering. If they lived here, it's donating to the cause.
are you
Goblin
from
code
the...
says you have to be buried with all your toys.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's just...
Long silence. Buried with all your toys. Is anybody gonna touch that?
Well, I mean, yeah, you might be able to find something over at Aredo's General. I don't know if it's gonna be like this specific toy. It might just be like some toys.
It kind of just sounds like you sell all the dead people stuff to
No,
the general
no.
store.
We also sell some thrifted things from the living people. Also.
I'm standing over here now
What
too.
does-
I've left my maul on top of the child skeleton, and I'm back over here. I'm holding Chunky again.
Yeah.
I go, okay, are you a priestess of this temple over here or
I
something?
am. I'm so glad that you asked.
It just seems like maybe the morals of this town are maybe not something that I'm accustomed to. It seems a little loosey-goosey. Anything goes.
Well,
Maybe Herb, you'll know more about this.
They clearly don't follow the goblin code, so I'm at a loss.
I'll be honest, I don't think they follow any of the gods' codes.
we follow
who am I to
Zottle.
judge?
It's we got rules.
She
Promise.
made that word up.
No, it's
She
on
made
the
it up.
look. It's on the
I
map.
think she made that word up.
Shit, there's no law on this. That temple is empty. It's 2D. It is a cardboard.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of Zottle.
Well, it's a
at least what my
local
mama taught me.
deity. I mean, you guys came in talking about the boulder. I don't think that's like a.
Everybody
Feel like-
knows about the boulder.
Feel like
Yeah,
you're being a
because
little
he told us
judgy.
all.
We don't talk about that in front of them, please.
Zottle
very
is
sensitive.
real. And he says that it's
Okay.
okay if we sell some dead people's items.
That seems
It's
very
what they would have
convenient.
wanted.
Can
Are
I?
you sure? Because it seems like they really want their items. It
Yeah,
seems
well,
like
they
they're
don't want
walking around the
anything anymore.
graveyard.
It feels like I mean, they're not supposed to. Why do you think I called you guys in here? They're not supposed to be wanting anything.
I
It
don't
sounds
know,
like a lot
to be
of-
honest.
It
You
sounds
know,
like a lot
I'm-
of you doing what you want and not a lot of what they want.
I also starting to think about the whole situation. I look back at all the skeletons wandering around. You think maybe the warlock is not what this happened here, but maybe they were a
No, there
little
was
unhappy.
definite-
You
no.
stole all of their things.
There was
And now-
definitely a warlock.
I look at her.
Uh-huh.
I roll insight on.
No, okay, you can roll
It's
insight
a
on it.
paladin.
Peter's making very good eye contact.
Yeah.
So of course he gets a 7.
7. I mean, it's hard to say.
I believe
mean-
her. Okay, this next stop we'll find this warlock, but for
There's
now,
he's
toy for Flynn.
real. Azaria Fitch is real.
Does he like live around here? Could
Well,
we
he-
maybe speak to him?
Well, you should. He's really rude. No, he doesn't live here. He lives in the town over yonder. It's called Avarina. It's a big city. And he lives there with all of his fancy art.
Okay.
Okay, I believe you. If
Yeah,
you
I
say
mean, I
it
think
even
she
more.
thinks she thinks it's true. But we did
This
agree
is
to
like-
do this job.
This is like in Goblin School when I told everyone my girlfriend went to another Goblin school.
No,
I
he's
don't,
real.
I don't think he's real.
No.
Okay, well, he seems very convenient. I think the child wants his toy back, and that's why he's dug himself out of his grave.
Okay, we should not call Flynn child right to his
No,
face.
no,
I think it makes him unhappy. His face
Yes.
gets all ugly and he gets the water in his eyes.
No.
I'm not crying. Okay, let's ignore this and let's just go to the general store because for any reason to get out of this conversation.
He
As-
really wants the toy.
As you guys kind of huddle, Chunky wiggles themselves out of Pewter's hand and trots over and sits between the other 2 gravestones and kind of gives like a hoof.
If I knew how to read, I would help, but I don't.
That's probably not important. Let's go look at
Chunky,
toys.
such a little attitude.
I mean, if he needs an item as well, it did say poop on the bottom. Just throwing it out there.
When you say
I don't
poop,
know if that's
Chunky's
something-
tail starts wagging.
Okay.
Oh dear God.
What a
Okay.
sick
Well,
little puppy. Maybe I've misjudged Chunky's character.
Oh, please.
think we should
Dogs
call him
eating poop
Poopy.
are like the least bad thing.
Okay, but then there's like dogs that know the word poop and get excited.
It's a
Clearly a
different category.
Chunky loved poop enough that they put it on his gravestone. I mean,
Okay, I walk over to get Chunky if anybody wants to come with me.
I mean,
I will follow Peter.
yeah.
there are 2 gravestones remaining. I'm just gonna put them both on screen at the same time, because it's... We'll just move... Nope.
You're
There
called
we
the gravestones. They move.
There we go.
I'll eat them to stop this evil witchcraft. We have no choice.
Alright, those are the last 2.
I'm staring blankly out at the water.
You've like never
So,
even heard of words.
It
I-
is strange. It's just, there's like nothing there, and like no registry of language that's been written down.
You guys are so crazy sometimes with your jokes. I don't get it, but it's so funny. Anyway, are we going to get the toy? What's going on? Chunky
think-
is
Do
nibbling
we
on
bring
my
the
finger.
skeleton with us so we can like look around?
Which
Oh, we
skeleton?
let them peruse?
The child skeleton.
That's not a
Yeah.
bad idea. Okay, hold on. I pick it back up. And I put
It
my maul
immediately
back on
starts
my
biting
shoulder
you
and I hold him
again.
in front.
It's actually
Oh,
gnawing.
oh.
It's gnawing on the mace, so when you pick up the mace, it's dangling off of it.
Okay, that's fine. I just put my first of all, it's a maul. Okay, so and I put it over my shoulder so he's hanging off my back like one of those hobo packs.
All right. So I guess you're just taking the skeleton over to the general store.
Yep.
Yeah, well,
Alright.
you know, he needs the right toy. You know, maybe he's got a very specific taste.
I will. I'll leave a gold coin for Chunky to follow, and then
yeah.
grab it after he eats it.
Yeah, Chunky keeps following the gold coin as you lead him. Yeah, you guys make your way over to the Oredo General Store. Anya is trailing you.
Of course.
Yeah, she's
course
not
she is.
subtle about it. I'm just gonna put her, where's...
Honestly, guys, I wish she would either like walk with us as a group or just like leave us alone. But this whole 15 feet away,
It is very
perfectly in
strange.
this, I
Yeah,
don't.
she-
I
She
think
keeps,
this is
like,
part of her
ducking
religion?
behind buildings, but then, like, peeping over the side really obviously, so you
like
can
we
tell.
know she knows that we know that she's there, right? Like
No,
this
I'm
is
not,
not.
I'm not here.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think I read
never mind.
some commandment on one of the stones, like thou shalt eavesdrop and spy. I mean, it seems hard coded into their religion. Let's just avoid it.
This town is so terrible. I do not like it at all.
Maybe we should rethink the hotel coupons. I don't know if we should stay here very long.
As you guys walk into Oredo General Store, there is a man behind the counter, presumably Oredo. And this is where you find out which characters I liked more than the others. Here's Oredo.
Ah, fellow Stonkin, I see.
Hold on, I gotta flip it and put it over on the other side. Transform, flip horizontal. Oh no, it's spelled wrong.
Oh no.
The
He's
TPS.
the captain.
I didn't factor that in. It's fine. You guys know it
Captain
exists.
Oredo.
Yeah, and he goes, "Oh, hello. Well, oh, what's the voice? Welcome to the store. My name's Oredo. I sell things here. Cool.
How do you feel
Dead
about
people's things.
skeleton patrons?
Oh.
I turn sideways
No,
so you
I
can
don't.
see
No
the
skeletons allowed in here. I'm gonna need them to get
hanging
out.
off the wall.
You can't
Okay.
just look around.
No, you can't. That's nope. No,
Well,
outside.
if the rules are the rules.
He
I
points
will...
to a sign.
no skeleton.
How many times has this happened?
I walk outside. I'm holding. Now I've taken him off the mall, and I'm holding the skeleton up so he can see in the window. And I'm like, okay, if you see anything you like, you get to pick one toy, but that's it, okay? Just the one.
It's like batting at the glass.
You
They
guys see
kinda loot
anything?
corpses. They really don't like skeletons.
It's specifically the living ones. We're not fond of them. If they're in the ground, that's fine. That's more.
Yeah, because they're probably not happy you took all their stuff.
We didn't. It was donated post mortem with assumed
And how much
permission.
coin did you pay for it? Uh-huh.
That's what. Do you know? It's a donation.
Mhm.
See, we do
And you
this in
sell it?
my town, but we're not too good to call it looting.
No, it's not. It is post mortem. Do you want anything or not?
I don't know.
I almost hate to ask this, but can I see your toy section?
I mean.
Just one, Flynn. Just one.
Yeah, I mean, sure, little guy, if you want to. And he leads you over to kind of. There's not really any real organization to this store. Everything's just kind of thrown onto shelves. But he kind of like gestures vaguely to like half the store, and he's like, "I'm sure there's something here for you if you like wanted to. I'm sure you could find something, little guy."
Yeah, not a little guy, not a kid, but thank you for your help.
You're right. You're a big, strong man. All right, I'm gonna go back over to the counter. He walks over to the counter.
I'm a pacifist. I'm a pacifist. I'm a pacifist.
Um,
Okay.
You can roll investigation in here, all of you, if you want to look around.
Okay.
It's a hodgepodge of things.
I'm just looking through the window, so I got a 5.
Okay.
No, I got a 3. Sorry.
Oh,
I
okay.
got 3.
I also got a 3.
Whew.
Alright. So we don't find anything?
Oh, what did Herb roll? Sorry, I
That's
missed that.
10. Alright.
Oh, a 10. Okay. Well, the 2 3s.
Campaign over.
Yeah, yeah. Actually,
The
you failed
shelves are
this
too
check.
high for
yeah. You just never progress past this town. Yeah, Pewter, you're kind of distracted. Flynn, you're a little in your head about the little guy comment. In all honesty, but Herb, with your 10, you kind of look around and you do spot, kind of out in the open, is a little like wooden doll. That appears to be shaped like a squash, wearing a little hat. Yeah. It seems like it's probably a toy.
Guys, I found the squash thing.
We're looking for a toy, or keep looking. I
I
can't.
mean,
seem
these
to find
people
a
are
single toy.
kind of crazy. Maybe they like playing with like root vegetables, or I think it's a tuber maybe.
Oh, you weren't kidding. It's an actual squash. Wow.
I think it's made of wood, but it certainly looks like one. And since we like squashed him, you know,
Oh,
I'm really
okay,
just
seeing the
spitballing here,
connection.
guys.
Yeah,
And-
I mean, let's show him.
The skeleton, I'm still holding up to the window. When it sees that, does it change
Hey,
at
can
all? or
we
is it
bring-
still
can
going?
we
Yeah,
bring the
it
little
starts
squash
it starts
to the window?
rattling a little louder when it sees the toy in the window. And
Oh,
his-
guys, I think we've got the winner chicken dinner.
Oh, hold on, let's make sure he's not just doing that because we're putting something in front of him. And I grab like another object and try to do the same thing.
Yeah, you grab a vinyl record, which appears to be a bootlegged copy
Okay.
of a Michael Keys album, with like a really bad forged signature, and you lift it up, and the skeleton stops rattling and once again starts batting at Pewter with their little skeleton hands.
Okay, so I think he likes the squash. All right, shopkeep. I've already forgotten your name.
I'm Laredo. It's on the.
No, wait, no,
it's
it's
the
on
name
the
of the
store.
store.
It's on the store. You're right.
Herb, it's so important to remember names.
You're right, Peter.
Everyone's the captain to their own ship.
He's sad that you didn't remember his
That's,
name.
that's right. You guy. That's right. What he said.
The Oredo looks down and goes, "Oh, I see you've got a keen eye. That's a genuine gourd ranger."
I don't like this.
Okay, how much money is it?
Oh, well, I mean, for something that rare, I mean, I think it's gotta go for, like, at least, and you see him, like, looking over, trying to, like, maybe assess you guys. I mean, it's probably, like, at least 80 gold. Probably.
What?
I think the stuff in your pockets is going to be on these shelves if you keep trying to extort us.
Roll for intimidation.
Oh my God. Wait, let me find that. Hold on. That's probably gonna be bad.
Can I help with this by telling him
20. Now
Oh,
30.
really?
all these ill-got
30, 20.
Whoa.
Oh, dirty
Dang.
20.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you get the help action if you want to roll again, see if you get higher.
Oh, I get to help. Oh, that was
Yeah.
I rolled, not Flint. Okay.
Well, it's, yeah. So the...
19, so no.
Okay. Yeah, you say that, and Oredo quickly is like, oh, I mean, did I say 80? I meant, 8. And I'll throw in, and he kind of, like, looks under the counter, and he's like, I got in coupons. Do you want an in coupon?
Yes. Yes.
No more coupons.
Wait, no.
We are looking for some fish, like a cod or maybe like a tin can or something. I don't know.
This
Oh.
is a toy store.
No, this is a general store of
Oh.
ill-gotten goods from dead people.
I mean,
Do they normally have fish
I
on
mean,
them?
I mean, it's a weird town. I'm just shooting in the
That's true. You're
We,
right. I shouldn't have seen.
we don't, I mean, I think we may have got some fish, and he kind of, like, looks around. He pulls out a can. It looks like it has not been opened. It looks like it may have been canned many years ago. And it doesn't look great. I say canned. It's more like jarred. This is not, like, preserved in any good way.
Goldfish.
Yeah.
Delicious.
He pulled his fish bowl and he's willing to part with his beloved goldfish.
Yeah, he's like, all right, listen, you can have the old fish. It's not a goldfish, it's an old fish, because it's been here for a while. You can have this, or the in coupon.
I honestly would prefer the fish.
I mean, it
It breaks my heart to say this, but I think we need the fish.
Okay. He says, that's, what did I say, 8 gold pieces?
Yes.
I think he said 8 silver.
Oh, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but bronze and silver got discontinued in this timeline. Like,
I mean 0.8 gold pieces. I'll cut off a 2 of my gold. Give it to you.
Oh wow, that feels like a bad offer, all things considered.
You stole this from a dead child.
No, we didn't.
We have
not that one.
Look outside the window. Look inside the window. You see that woman?
Yeah,
She knows
is
exactly
that
what
the
you
man
did.
who took this from you? Hold the skeleton up to him.
It flails.
Okay, well, this explains a lot. I think we should I don't think it's fair to make us pay for these things, because we have the current owner of items right here. You said you're supposed to take when they're dead. Is clearly not dead. Maybe you just...
That's
What?
true.
I
That's
mean-
true.
Oh,
him
that's
to
true.
rest.
Yeah.
I disagree. I
didn't-
think that's a dead. He points to the skeleton.
Maybe
All right,
Wow,
then he can come in the store then.
can we get
No!
we have an expert we can bring
No.
in on the issue, and I look back at the window of the store. Is she standing
Yeah,
there?
of course she is.
Okay, I say, you want to come in, rule on this one, Miss Priestess.
Anya goes, Anya goes, listen, it's I shan't say one way or the other what my stance on skeletons are, but generally we are trying to put them back in the ground. So you know, I think at least you should pay him for his service, since he's losing merchandise that's functionally just getting buried. I mean, it feels like a real waste.
Look, he
Did you
can
donate
wait a
it to him?
couple. Yeah, he can wait a couple days and just go get it back after we leave. I
You can
don't
have it back
understand.
when he's
Whoa,
dead
whoa.
again.
I feel like this is gonna start a new problem if we do that.
Yes, maybe these people are a problem. If we consider this Flynn, whole town is problem. I just want to be gone, honestly.
I don't like this town, but like they might have a reason for this. All right,
You just gestured to the whole town.
Yes,
when you said that.
that is very astute, Pewter. Yes.
Yep.
Here's your 8 gold pieces, which I pull out of
Here,
Pewter's bag.
I'll pay 2.
And-
I'll pay 2. Or...
No, not another 8.
Oh yeah,
It's
16
okay, I
gold
got-
pieces. Sounds great.
No. I said 2 as in like the number 2. I said
I'm
we
about
said-
to
Right,
set
split it 3
Skeleton down
ways.
and let Skeleton take care of this transaction. But I know that the boulder would not approve, so I do not do this.
Yeah, you hand over the 8 gold pieces. He slides over the gourd ranger figurine, and the jar of fish. Just
Mason
looks
jar.
mason jar of fish. It
All
looks
of fish and
rancid.
2 gold. For like the total.
He's like, is there anything else you might need in this general store?
We'll see. Well, we might be back with more skeletons.
Unless
I would
you
prefer
had
if
any
you
like
came back.
dad poop.
I would prefer if you came back with less skeletons. And poop. No, I mean, I think that cart that you guys came in on, there was a horse leading it, right?
Maybe. I honestly don't remember. The rock guy was talking about his god, so I think I fell asleep.
No, yeah. I
Were you
probably-
watching the whole? Was everyone in town watching us when we came in on cart? Actually, I just don't even answer that. I know the answer. Don't have to say it. Yes, there was horror, so big surprise. I'm sure you didn't know.
No, I mean, how would we even know that the horse's name was Mario? We wouldn't even know that.
Wow,
We
Luigi named his horse Mario.
We
I
would
did not know that.
We would have had to overheard the cart driver talking to himself when he walked in, and obviously none of us would be willing to do that.
Yeah.
I think we
Okay.
need
All
to
right.
finish this up quickly. This town. Yeah.
All right. You take your toy and your fish, and when you I don't know, what do you do with those items?
Well, I was going to say, you guys got to pick something. I kind of maybe want to pick something. You got Flynn, you got a little toy. Herb, you got your snack.
These aren't for us.
Is there any like rocks in here, or maybe like a even just like a fine dusty rocks, like ground up rocks, easy to transport snack?
Oh, I mean, the closest we'd have to that
Powder.
is probably some. I mean, we got some pixie dust lying around here. I guess
Okay,
that's
is that-
kind of
Wait.
granular.
Peter, don't eat that. Peter, don't
Is
eat that.
that made out? Is pixie like rock? Is made out of pixies?
No. It's like I think pixies eat it or something. I don't know. I know that
Peter, please, hold
it's
on.
a huge hallucinogenic drug for anyone that's not a pixie, though. I don't know about you, though.
Okay, that's a big word. I like that. It makes me feel
Peter,
important.
that pixie dust, that was on another one of the graves. I think we need that too.
You know,
How much for
I
your
asked
drugs?
you for a can, and you say you don't have anything, but now you say you have pixie cans.
Well, I mean,
guess yeah. Let's grab it.
I'm gonna be real. The pixie dust is more for like my personal stash, but I'm still kind of scared about the him, and he points to Herb. So you can kind of have whatever you want.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. That's very considerate of you.
Well, I
And
mean, if
I
you could
die
if you could
soon,
donate some money
you can have.
to for the pixie dust, like 15 gold. That'd be really cool if you could do that.
I don't know what that is, but if I find any, I will give it to you because
Oh.
you're so kind.
Okay, that's fine, I guess.
Okay, that went well. Forgot. I am Peter
Oh.
Shell. Nice to meet you. I shake your hand. Okay, I am leaving now. Goodbye.
Peter,
Yeah,
did you get the pixie dust?
You have acquired.
Oh yeah, it's
pixie
right
dust.
here.
There it
I mean,
is.
he just kind of walked out with it. I think we should let Peter do all the
I
transactions.
agree, honestly. I think the fact that he's like 11 feet tall and made of stone really gives him some leverage.
Yeah, I'm carrying a writhing skeleton.
Yeah.
I'm holding it in the air next to his head the whole time I'm talking to him. I'm sure that didn't play a role.
Because on another one of the tombstones, it said like one of the people was like a huge druggie or something. I don't know. It said something about the pixie dust.
They said they needed one can. One can have too much pixie dust, if I remember correctly.
Oh, right.
But he lived life in a rush. So, I mean, are we just feeding a habit of a skeleton? Like, are we doing a bad thing?
We just gave a child looter like 8 gold. I think this is a morally gray town. I don't think we should worry about it.
Peter's standing at the door. Okay, everybody, chop chop. We do not want to stay here any longer than we have to, please. This lady is just staring at me.
As soon as you
She's
guys
not
walk out,
talking.
she immediately like ducks behind the like alleyway, and it's like clearly again just badly shadowing you guys back over to the graveyard.
I hate to say it. Should we look for horse poop on the way?
Flynn, I don't understand. I thought I knew you, and the toy I get. Why do we need horse poop, Flynn? Please, enlighten me.
Because Chubby or Chunky, sorry, his he likes poop. It says so on his gravestone.
I look at
Not me.
Chunky.
Chunky is sniffing the ground and has started walking towards the right, or I guess, towards the east where you guys came in from. Snoot to the ground, determined.
Okay, Chunky, well, just come on back after you eat the feces. We'll see you back at your hole, I guess. But wait,
Yeah, okay.
a thought occurs. Do we want to let Chunky eat the poop if it makes him so happy that he ceases to exist? Is it better to let that happen or to just keep him poopless with us?
I think he'll find poop eventually.
Well,
I
I
think
do
that's
not
something we can
poop,
avoid.
so...
I mean, maybe we just. I mean, if you want to keep some with you, and he'll just always want to be next to you, you know.
Okay, all right. Sure, yeah. I go follow Chunky, get some poop. I gotta try to beat him to the poop. I'm going fast.
With your legs, you are easily able to outpace him, and you do get there in time to notice that there's some horse poop on the ground.
Okay, I scoop it up quick. I say,
right.
no, not so fast, mister. You got to do a trick first, and maybe I'll give you some of this. Oh, okay.
Oh, did we level up? Did we level up just now?
You got
Milestone achieved.
Hey, Flynn, can I have that bag with all those useless gold, shiny, I almost called it gold, all the useless shiny rocks in it?
How about this? I'll pour my gold into your bag, and you can have my smaller bag.
Oh, great. It's such a very nice detail on this. And as I'm saying, I'm shoveling horse shit into it. I like the leather work on this is nice, actually.
I did not realize what you were using it for, and you look as there. I actually have my names initialed into this really nice important bag. FM, and there's a little slow tear rolls down my eye as I realize what you're doing.
Flynn, your face is looking ugly again, but never mind. It's not big. Anyway, we should keep going before Chunky finds more poo-poo on the floor.
With newfound determination and newfound poop, you make your way back to the graveyard, where you see that the small skeleton has kind of been like circling around whoever has the toy, and who does have the toy, by the way? Who's holding on to
I think
Gourd
I was
Ranger?
holding on to that because I found it.
Yeah, the skeleton is running in circles around you, trying to get Gourd Ranger from you.
So we're back at the graveyard now.
Yeah.
So do we just throw the Gourd Ranger in there?
I mean, you can if you want.
Oh.
I hand the pixie dust. I kind of looked at it. I realized it's not really rock of any kind, not rock powder or nothing. So I actually toss it over to one of you guys. You guys can have this.
And it has like a little bit of poop on the outside. So
No.
you're playing it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Piotr does not wash his hands because why? You know. Okay.
I'm not catching it. I mean, I hope one of us catches it, but it's not me.
It just shatters.
Fortunately,
We took too long. That shit.
Yeah. No, fortunately, the glass is a little bit more durable, and it's soil, so it lands. It fortunately doesn't shatter, but it does roll over to the tweaking skeleton, who sees it and kind of scrambles over to it, and you see as it like pulls the cork out of it, pours a little bit onto the ground, and then puts the cork back in, and then shovels the like dirt with the pixie dust into its mouth. Again, it just falls right through. Like, it can't eat anything. But despite that, it seems sated, and it kind of stumbles almost drunkenly back into its grave and face plants into it. And
That
as...
was so weird and made me feel a little dirty, if I'm being honest.
I don't like what we did here today.
Yes, I'm going to try to forget this after we leave this town. Much like I've forgotten your names.
As it kind of they fall back into their grave, you hear what sounds like a chain unlocking, and you see as it's kind of this like faint glow as the earth around this grave kind of crumples in on itself and almost like reseals itself. And in this graveyard, at the far end, there is a large mausoleum-looking thing. It's maybe the size of a walk-in closet. It's not huge, but it's got this big, heavy stone door. And for the first time, you guys have noticed that as this grave is kind of covered over, it seems like the door has like cracked open just a little bit. Not enough for any of you to get through.
Well,
That's
probably
weird.
not important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think
What
I
were
want
we
the
doing?
rest of that powder. That seems fun.
Yeah, I mean, there's still plenty of pixie dust sitting there in the
I want to
bottle.
like pick up the bottle and like kind of like go over to the river and like clean it off.
Yeah, you can wash off.
Okay.
As you're washing off
Okay.
the.
Or can you catch a fish while you're out there?
Yeah, there are actually fish in this river that you can see.
Did it mention a specific type of fish on the gravestone?
We can.
Yeah, it said. I think it said something about cod.
Oh.
So
Does
we
anyone
could
know
be
what
here
a
for a
cod looks like.
bit. Maybe something like a penguin. I'm not quite sure.
It's
I
probably
believe-
something like a penguin.
I believe cod is large, snake-like creature with leathery wings and a big tail.
Okay, Peter, I don't want to doubt your expertise, but you also said that about the ostrich.
No, ostrich, no tail on the ostrich. It's very different, but maybe same family.
Well, I've heard of a cod. I haven't heard of an ostrich, but like, I mean, a cod's a fish, right? Like that's.
Yeah,
I'm not going. Great.
so. I thought the general consensus was it was a fish, but not like which one? And I point in the river.
Anya, please stop going behind the graves. It's creeping me out.
That's a little weird.
I thought we were not supposed to nibble on grades. I'm getting a lot of mixed
No,
messages,
Anya
and
isn't-
I'm
Anya
actually
isn't here.
getting a little upset.
No, I'm not here.
Okay, never mind. We were
I'm
mistaken.
inclined not to
Must have just
believe
been the
you.
wind.
I cannot
I will
hear
say,
you. Can Anya make a stealth roll?
can Anya roll? She doesn't need to. It's terrible. You immediately see her.
She has a passive stealth of 4.
Yeah. She's actually wearing squeaky clown shoes, and every time she moves, it's like that.
This town is like hell. This is what I imagine hell to be, is this town.
I will say, Herb, as you're looking into the river, all of the fish look the same. Like, there doesn't really seem to be a lot of
Okay.
eco-diversity. It's one type of fish.
Okay.
But yeah, so what's the plan?
I guess I'll walk back over to like the child grave with the gourd ranger, and I assume the skeleton's still like following me.
Yeah, it's kind of just been trailing you.
And I'm just kind of like, I guess, just like give it to the skeleton.
Yeah. As soon as you hand it, it kind of like rips it out of your hand, and then it kind of just immediately waddles over to its grave and hops in, and the same thing happens. The grave kind of seals over, and the mausoleum door creaks open just a little bit more. Again, not wide enough for any of you to enter quite yet.
Can I take a look inside? Is it like open enough to see in there?
You could peek in, yeah.
Okay, I want to do that.
It's pretty dark, and fortunately, I don't think this would actually be revealing to you, because I don't think goblins have night vision either, but you don't have night vision.
I have devil's sight. Because
okay.
I'm a warlock, which lets me see in magical and non-magical
Oh,
darkness.
okay then. Yeah, you peer in. It seems pretty bare, but the big thing is there is an offering bowl. It's empty, and I can't imagine why in this town. And
The second they hear a coin clink into that offering bowl, all the people standing at the entrance to the door rush in.
and
They can all hear it because they're always listening.
Yeah.
But other than that, you see in the center there appears to be a tomb, and you can just tell from looking at it, it has been disturbed. Like the lid is kind of knocked a little bit.
Oh gee.
But what's strange
Ew.
about it is that you can see presumably who was in it, because there's a skeleton lying like unmoving face down on the floor. But someone has taken the care to try and reseal it, despite the fact that whoever the occupant was has clearly been removed.
Okay. So
I'm-
Anya, oh good.
I'm looking over your shoulder. You probably didn't even realize. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of damage.
You know the meme of like everyone like looking over the corner together and they're all stacked on top of each other? You guys
Yeah.
could do that without actually having to like kneel or lean in any capacity, because there's such a drastic height difference between all of you.
Yeah, and Chunky's at the bottom.
Yeah. But yeah, so there are, I guess, technically 2 skeletons remaining. Chunky, obviously, and then the huge hulking skeleton that's still kind of shambling around, meagerly swinging their stick around. It's not really, again, not enough to do any real damage. Just seems like it's swinging at stuff and going like, "Marr!"
Okay.
Anya.
What?
Care
Anya's
to
not here,
explain?
but she can answer.
No, it's we can see you,
Oh,
and we know you're here.
Well, if Anya were here, she would probably say something akin to, I think there was a great warrior that was buried here. I I think. I don't know.
Did you
You
bury
work at the church?
No. I mean, this was probably like hundreds of years before I was alive.
So you know when it
Small
happened.
graveyard, but like, you don't remember any of these being
I
taught
mean,
to you. Like,
I
who's
think
here?
the legend I heard was I think that they actually died like a couple miles north of here, but we didn't really have anything going for us, so we sort of just took it and buried it here so that we could say that we had this really cool like warrior that was in our graveyard.
Okay,
So-
wait.
It has nothing to do with they probably had gold and other important
What?
items.
No.
Buried in the
And if they had a really cool magical enchanted battle axe that we sold off for a high profit, I know nothing about that.
So,
I look at the
like,
sigil on her amulet. Is it a battle axe?
It does look suspiciously similar to the like you see like the remnants of armor hanging off of the large skeleton, and there's like an imprint in the leather armor that looks very similar to the sigil of the amulet she's wearing.
Oh,
so in like several hundred years, you've buried 6 people and a dog here, and you don't know who any of them are.
To be fair, there are other graves that weren't
Oh, okay.
raised. There still aren't a ton here. There's maybe like 13 graves in this entire graveyard.
Okay.
But only these 4 have been risen. But evidently one of them was for a dog. So like, we don't, it's kind of unclear.
Peter's trying to do the math on his fingers. He's like, okay, hundreds of years and this
Yeah, no,
many
something
dead
doesn't
people. No, this seems okay. I think this is fine. How long do you guys live for usually?
Not that long, Pewter. Not that long.
Also, like only like 1,000 years.
Love the implication that Pewter can do math
Lower.
but cannot read.
He
Yeah.
can't do math. He was just pointing at random fingers because he's seen other people do it.
But yeah, so you have 2 skeletons remaining.
So, Anya, you have no idea why this guy's grave is a skeleton minigame. Like, no idea.
No, I told you this. This Azaria Fitch did it. He came in. He wanted the tapestry in the really cool tapestry we have hanging in our temple, and we told him no. And as recompense, quite unfairly, I should comment, he decided to raise some of our dead, and it just really is bringing the vibe down in town, and we would like it to not be that.
I think the vibe could not have been lower in this town, if I'm being honest. I don't think it got. I think the bar was on the floor, and it is where it stays.
If you could just deal with the skeletons, I really don't appreciate
Okay.
the sass.
All right,
but-
okay.
But what happens when we put them all in there and that door opens?
Well, probably nothing. I did notice Azaria did
Yeah,
walk.
probably.
Probably
Azaria did walk in there at one point, but like, it's probably fine.
Well, I am very assured by this. She seems trustworthy. What is that? What do you think this big skeleton man wants? It looks like the other one wanted toys and stuff.
Probably the fish, right? What is
You
this?
have-
I mean, it did say
Focus grace
something
better.
about. I mean, it really underlined. Oh, that was the can one. It was. Can we go look at the grave again?
Yeah, sure.
On the fields of victory. Yeah.
Oh,
She often trod, but loved nothing more than fresh caught cod.
I hold
Oh,
up the
yes.
jar and I'm like, this is not fresh. I don't think we need the jar of fish.
you guys figure that out. Maybe
I mean, we can try.
If I stare at this a little closer, maybe just a little closer, then I may also figure some things out. So I'm going to stand right next to it now, and I'm slowly leaning in, and my mouth is
Don't
open.
bite it. Don't bite it.
You
Wait.
actually,
Either.
My little tongue is going out for a taste now. It lifts aside.
Chunky lifts one of their stubby little paws and swats at you, Pewter.
Oh, Chunky, bad dog. That's not nice.
I'm inclined to agree with Chunky on this one. I don't think you should eat the gravestones. There have got to be other rocks.
Please don't eat the gravestone, Anya would say if she was here.
Yeah, okay, Anya.
It's weird,
You know,
Anya.
lots
Just
of
so
weird rules here. You to steal from everybody. Can't eat those perfectly good rocks sitting around. So okay, all right. Yeah, I go sit down, pet my Chunky.
Yeah, so you sit down and,
Well,
and pet
I
the chunky.
mean, Herb, I guess you want to try to catch some fish?
We probably should have bought a fishing rod. And not a jar of... Well, hold on. Let's try the fish. Let's try the fish. And I'll open up the jar.
Immediately. Can you actually roll a constitution saving throw for me?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I probably should have expected that one.
You know,
hold on.
the old fish, not the goldfish.
Raise Constitution. Oh, it's saving throws. Hold on. There we go. 7.
Yeah, it's the snack that you open it and immediately are accosted by the most rancid, rotting fish smell. And you feel very nauseous and unsteady on your feet. This is not fresh caught cod. It may have been cod at one point in its miserable life, but it is no longer cod.
It was at this time Herb realized that this cod was not freshly caught cod.
I just want to kind of like toss it in the general direction of the skeleton to get it as far away from me as I can.
Herb, careful where you splash that.
As you throw it,
I'm not listening to you. No.
as you kind of toss it, it it's like a skunk spray. Like the scent goes everywhere. But also like to the point where the skeleton, which theoretically doesn't have a nose, still also recoils. Like she is like, ugh! Like just she's very displeased that you've brought her this horrible fake ugly cod, and she starts hitting the ground where the like chunks of dead fish are with her big stick. She seems very displeased.
Okay, I have a new plan. I think we catch a fish from this century, and we try that. I want to go like walk over to the river.
Anya has added like an extra 40 feet. She's still looking at you, obviously, but she doesn't like the smell, so she's actually not within eavesdropping distance anymore.
What, the aroma of the party being horse shit and rotting fish is it want to make you want to stand closer? Maybe that's what we needed in this town. Just a little.
So yeah, you walk on over to the river. There are lots of fish in it. They are all the same type of fish.
I would like to wade into the river up until it's neck level.
All right.
And hold some rations in my hand. And
Flynn,
wait
careful.
patiently.
You don't have your floaties on, Flynn.
Peter, I'm not. Never mind.
Yeah. Roll
Okay.
a nature check for me, or animal handling rather.
All right.
Also on side
Dirty
note.
20.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah, you get a veritable army of fish. I guess a school of fish. An academy of fish. Swarm you.
I have meditated and found cod.
Yes. And you are quickly surrounded by presumably cod. And one of them is so excited by the rations that it actually just flops directly into your hand and then immediately like stops moving.
Oh God.
Oh, I did not mean to do that.
Flynn,
Oh,
what
I'm
are you
sorry.
doing?
No, it wasn't me. I
can't
think it was
very,
you.
very far away you hear Anya, I can't believe you killed that fish! That's crazy!
Is she saying? Can anyone hear what she's saying?
I'm okay with not being able to hear right now.
I agree.
I
You
mournfully
got a
walk out of the river
cod.
with this suicide fish.
Yeah. Wow. Was he like really old and sickly, or does he just? not have anything to live for, I guess.
Why is he smiling so much? I'm so sorry, little fish.
He can't breathe. He's happy about it. Oh man.
um,
I succeeded, you guys.
You did it.
Flynn, this town has
Yay.
changed you. I don't like what you have become. I'm holding a bag of shit, by the way. It's smeared all over my hands and face at this point.
I like the image that like Flynn has to hold this fish with like both arms because he's like 3 feet tall.
It just died looking and smiling at me.
As you walk into the graveyard, immediately the large skeleton, like, I imagine that she was facing the other way, and her head, like, pivots on a swivel, like a full 180 degrees, and then,
Oh, that's not supposed to happen.
What? You guys can't do that? My head spins in a perfect circle.
even Chunky is like knows that's not supposed to happen. And the large skeleton immediately, like, full sprints over to you, Flynn, and pulls the cod from your arms and goes, "Ah!" and then rips the cod in half.
Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, it's everywhere.
Oh,
It's
what a
still
smell.
smiling.
the image, the smell. Oh, God.
We've created a terrible environment in the graveyard today.
This is the worst vacation cruise I will ever take. This day could not get worse.
The skeleton takes the 2 halves of cod, and happily marches over to her grave, and with a heroic leaps in and is reburied. And once more, the mausoleum opens just a tad bit more, and only one skeleton remains.
This is where we stop the mission.
I slowly turn and look at Chunky, and I have a sad look in my eye. I say, Chunky, I just want to know would you rather come with us and be our little friend, or, and I will not judge, would you prefer instead of my company this bag of feces?
You pull out that bag of poop, and just Chunky's entire being starts rattling. Like, you know when dogs get the happy butt shakes, where their butt is wagging more than their tail is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Chunky's real excited about that bag.
Okay, that's fine. It's okay. You want the bag of shit instead of me. Here you go, Chunky. I just wanted you to be happy. I hand it to him.
Chunky,
I actually open it because it is Flynn's bag, and I pour the horse shit out onto Chunky like a little shower.
Oh no. Chunky kind of just shoves, starts scarfing it down. Again, it doesn't go anywhere. But happily.
Good boy. Good boy.
And then,
I'm petting him the whole time.
yeah, he trots on over to his grave, and he looks back at you, and then he jumps in, and it kind of reburies. And with that, the mausoleum doors fully swing open.
But at what cost?
I walk over to Pewter, pat him on the leg. There, big guy. It's gonna be okay.
We'll
Okay.
find you another small animal you can give poop to.
Oh, thank you. And Flynn, you as well. Here, I want you to have this back. I cannot keep it. It makes me think of Chunky. And I hoist into your arms the shit-covered leather bag that you gave me earlier. Oh, here you go, please. I really can't look at it anymore. It brings back so many memories from just a few minutes ago.
Please keep it. Oh,
No, I could not possibly.
okay. You know what? It means a lot to you. So you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave it right here on the grave, and
Oh,
as
it's
a-
what Chunky would have
memory.
wanted.
Yeah, Chunky's memory.
Yes.
Oh goodness.
You guys, maybe we just say a few words for Chunky really quick while we're here. If you
Yeah,
don't mind, just 1 hour and do a quick funeral rite.
No.
Well, I feel like, you know, Chunky was a really, really good boy or girl. It's really hard to tell. You wanted my opinion, right? That was...
Yeah, well, it was open
like-
for the whole room, you know.
I feel like whether we wanted that or not.
Oh, I'm so glad you wanted my opinion, and I'm not going to
Oh.
ask any follow-up questions. No, I will say Chunky was a great dog. If their name was Chunky, I don't really know. But
It was, yes. Continue, you're doing great.
I wanted to thank you for 3 sans Chunky. I forgot. Chunky just seemed like
Oh, God.
such a
Oh, Chunky, no.
you know, for putting them back in their graves. We really appreciate it. It was just really bumming everyone out, seeing all the skeletons. So, you know, I'm sure that there's nothing else to do here. Nothing suspicious happened. And so you can just head on out whenever you want. Or you could cash in those inn vouchers. I guess if you wanted to snooze before you cruise. Not on the cruise ship, obviously, because I'm pretty sure it's not
Ooh,
functioning.
yeah.
But, you know, you could go wherever you want.
We're at a lot of money on that. I'd prefer if you didn't, you know, bring that up all the time.
Hmm.
Speaking of money, you know.
Well,
Got me?
gotta go.
What about money? Chunky always loved that. The shiny rocks you guys loved.
As soon as you
Yeah.
mention, like, money, as in, like, asking for payment, for the first time since you've gotten here, Anya actually turns and leaves.
Well, we have found a way to get everyone to stop eavesdropping.
Just ask them for
Oh, wait,
money.
wait, wait, hold on.
For money.
Wait. For the 1 second,
And she's back.
she was happy.
When she's back.
she has
Oh,
had
okay.
that expression the whole time. Just never. She was never happy enough to use it. Anyway.
She smirks before she leaves, I guess.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I just have those out there. Peter has to use the little boulder's room, or else he is going to explode with the waste.
All right.
Is that in the works? Is it possible?
Yeah, you can go.
Yes.
We can stall.
Okay.
I can run an ad. We'll run a 1-minute ad.
Oh, that would be
1 minute.
perfect.
You have
1
1 minute to go. If you're not back in
I
1
speed.
minute.
I go fast.
All right, starting now. It's buffering. Give it a minute.
Wait for it.
All right. It should be happening currently. We won't see it, but you know. But it might also not happen. I'm not really sure how
Yep,
Twitch
I
works.
got it. I'm looking at the
It is.
screen.
It is happening.
I hope that the audience is okay with the fact that I have not switched the music the entire time.
Yeah.
It's been playing the
It
same
is
jaunty
oddly
little
quiet, yes.
tune. I will say, this has been a surprisingly gross session. It was not intended to be.
You created it.
No,
You created it, Marker.
The Court of our Quest is poop based.
Well, that's one of them. I didn't expect the, like, fish guts plus...
Oh.
It just kept escalating. Anyway,
Yeah.
1 minute has passed, and Pewter has not returned from the little boulders room.
It's okay, big guy. You know, Chunky, he had big bones and a big heart.
Mm.
And he will always be remembered. So that, I mean, Herb, I don't know. This Anya seemed very suspicious, and that big
Yeah,
mausoleum there
I-
looks very ominous.
I think they just want to loot whatever is in that like tomb. You know, it's kind of like their thing. I think she's
I
waiting for
feel-
us to go away.
Peter is back.
Exactly. You
Hi,
were
Peter.
very solemn for a moment there.
You're staring off into the river. We thought we'd give you a minute.
Well, I was just thinking about Chunky, and I have to move on, but I will never forget about his cute little behind
Of course.
wiggling and waggling all over the place.
So we were just saying that Anya is like totally suspicious and she's definitely up to something.
Oh, I didn't get that vibe off of her at all, but who knows? She seems like super straightforward, and she said really nice things about Chunky. I don't know if you guys remember.
She wouldn't even tell us the truth about her being standing next to us.
Oh well, she maybe a little bit shy, but also she grew up in this town, which I feel like should explain a lot of her personality.
I mean, it's already changed just a lot. I don't feel like the same
I'm the
happened.
same. The Goblin Code is like a moral compass.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
Boulder and Moral Compass similar ways. I think maybe it's just Flynn,
Yeah.
was changed
I'll
so
be
much,
honest, I
but not
don't
taller.
understand your codes yet, but I will get there, and you will help me understand because there's a lot going on there.
Oh yes, there is. I'm so glad you asked, but we don't have too much time. What about the? I saw we had one more skeleton in there. We have to get him an axe or something. What was going on?
Well, we think that mausoleum is going to get raided the moment we leave this graveyard, so we
Yeah. It
might
feels
want to
like
look into it.
I feel like I'm not super inclined to believe that this warlock ever existed, and I feel like I don't know, like it feels like she just wants whatever is in there. I want to look around and see if like Anya's like peeking out from behind a building, like waiting for us to leave.
Yeah, the shopkeeper, both the innkeepers,
Yeah,
they're
I
all
do, like,
like
a
in a bush.
perception.
Roll a perception check.
That's a 6.
I'll look around too, just since we're
Okay.
talking and we
Yeah.
all stop and start looking around.
I will say, Herb, you can't tell.
Okay.
She could be lurking around any corner.
I got 11.
You don't think she's around. Just with like how bad of a hider she is, you feel like if she was around, you would see her.
Well, why don't we
Here.
just go in and have a poke around,
Yeah, that seems fine.
I mean, it couldn't hurt. Let's go.
You guys walk into the mausoleum, and perhaps to answer some of your suspicions, it does appear like this mausoleum has already been thoroughly raided. There is an empty bowl where offerings presumably were placed. You can actually see there's like a table that was supposed to be for like a bunch of stuff, and you can see the like dust rings where stuff was there and has clearly since been removed. What's interesting about it also is that in this particular room, it appears like there may have been maybe like a struggle. There actually seems to be like scorch marks against some of the wall where like a fireball or perhaps an eldritch blast was like hurled against the side of the wall as if aiming for something. And it seems like there wasn't really any rhyme or reason. Like some of them are really high up and some of them are really low. It kind of is all over the place. But as mentioned before, there is a skeleton, non-moving, non-awake, just lying on the ground. And in the center, there is a tomb with the lid pulled over it, but it clearly was hastily resealed. Yeah.
Pewter's gonna walk over to one of the scorch marks, and he will take out his big stony finger and kind of drag it along the stony ground, and then like put it to his tongue and like taste.
Tastes like...
Mmm.
You taste magic.
This rock is pretty good,
Okay.
guys. In case
That's
you
all
were
he shares
wondering.
with us. Right?
Yeah, well, I was just thinking if maybe this is made out of the same stuff as the tombstone, you know. Just take one of these bricks, but it's actually pretty good.
Roll
Tastes
it.
a little zippy, little like leaking a magic battery, if you will.
Roll an Arcana check for me, Pewter.
Oh, that's not what I'm good at, but let's see. Oh, I got a 0. 1 minus 1, so it's a 0.
Oh boy. You by licking this residue of magic, it actually had a bit more kick than you anticipated, quite literally. As you take 2 points of force damage from the residual magic left behind.
Ouch, I actually burnt my tongue a little bit. So, okay, don't be licking the floors, guys, because it's not so good.
Thank you, Peter. I appreciate the heads up.
Yeah, I was just about to lick it before you said that.
Well, that's why I'm here, so there you go. Anyway.
Can I try to look into the tomb, or is it way too tall?
Here, do you need help? Do you need help? And I'll like grab him under his like
No.
shoulders.
no.
My bad. I'm sorry.
All right, thank you. All right. It's not moving. Okay, I do need a little help, just a little though.
All right.
I'll help push too, yeah.
That stone on top of the grave probably is pretty tasty.
Oh, Herb, I like the way you think. Let me take a little nibble, and I'll try to pull the whole stone thing off.
Yeah, you managed to push the lid off or pull the lid off, whatever. And incidentally, inside, there is no body, but you could have guessed that because the body is presumably lying to the left of the tomb. Inside, however, is a birdcage, a golden birdcage. And inside that birdcage, there appears to be a little man, or more accurately, a pixie.
Okay, that's really not what I thought would be in there.
Yeah, I'm speechless. Hi, are you alive?
And as you kind of say that, you see one eye kind of like pry itself open, and he goes, hey, sup, I guess. Hey, you guys wouldn't happen to have any like, I mean, like, you guys wouldn't happen to have any pixie dust on you, right? Probably not.
Nope.
Herb, isn't that what you
Hey,
would just
Peter,
said that?
chew on the lid of the coffin, maybe.
Okay, I take a bite.
No, Peter, don't do that. Oh, okay. It's
Lynn, I think it's for the best.
It was gonna happen anyways. Sorry, what was your name, Mr. Pixie?
It's Pewter. Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, it's, my name's Leaf. I haven't eaten in like 5 days, so that just maybe like if we could prioritize that.
Do you eat
Dear
drugs?
God, you eat-
Is that why you want pixie
He eats
dust?
pixies. He's a
I-
cannibal.
No,
I
no
break
wonder
off
you
a
had to.
piece. I break off a piece of rock and push it into the cage.
this is
Here you go,
not-
little guy.
no.
You nibble on this.
this is not edible for me.
Oh,
I
it's
think
really
he only
good,
eats dust,
actually.
Peter. You gotta really grind it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't want him to choke. And I start grinding and sprinkling stone dust over the cage.
This is not helpful at all, actually. This is terrible. He's like very clearly like malnourished and cannot move that much. So he's just sort of like like as you kind of sprinkle this dust on him, he can't quite get out of the way.
Well, you know, you be a picky eater, you die of starvation. It's a common thing my pop-up told me back in the day. So,
Yeah, a question: if you were starving to death, would you eat meat?
Bleh. Oh, that's disgusting. Why would I ever
See?
do that?
Exactly.
No, I would
That's
not. I'd rather starve to death, man.
yeah, see? That's exactly how it is. I can't eat this or it would probably kill me worse.
Okay,
So you've
well,
never tried it.
Do you want to try it? Be my guest.
There you
Well, I'm
go,
not a
Herb.
little man in a birdcage, so I
I
know
had
I
the
can't
herb
have that. The
the-
Goblin Code says no eating rock dust.
I mean,
Oh well,
With the
the code
rule,
says, yeah.
I guess if it says that, what do you need?
when you
pixie
say
dust
that, he
for?
does
Is it
kind of
enough to
like
eat
give
it?
you a double take when you say the goblin code. Like clearly that flagged for him. uh, I mean, I'm okay. So if it's not obvious, he kind of like gestures to himself. He's like, so I'm a pixie. Pixie dust is for pixies. Ergo.
I'm
I
a
get you
I'm
kinda
a
mad.
rock man, and I eat rocks. Okay, Flynn, you go next.
I'm not a halfling who eats halflings. I don't. This is not the connection we're making.
Oh yeah, that would be weird, wouldn't it? I didn't think about that.
So, sorry, Leaf. I thought pixies made pixie dust. Where does pixie
Yeah, like
dust come from
bees.
then?
I mean, I don't know. It's just, where does like, do you know where every single food product that you eat gets grown? Like, I don't know where it comes from. It's just sort of like around.
Most of it is like from the ground.
Yeah, I mean, I
So you
imagine
don't know where
Pixie.
your food comes from?
I'm pretty sure it's harvested in the Feywild or something, man. I don't know.
Is that like another town?
It's like a. Okay.
Why are you in this cage?
All right. So you don't have pixie dust, is what I'm hearing.
I
Oh no,
might.
we have pixie dust.
Nope.
It's it.
Well, I
Herb
might.
has it in a little jar. We
It might
gave
have a
some
little
to a
poop on it.
skeleton, and he did it, and he got really crazy and jumped in his own grave. It was pretty
Okay,
crazy.
we do have pixie dust. It only has a little poop on it, though.
Okay, listen, I can't afford to be picky at this point.
Yeah, don't be picky eater. That's what Pop said. You get a little poop on a rock, you just got to eat it, you know?
Do you call him
Fascinating.
your pop rocks?
That should... No, why would I do that?
That's really
so
racist.
weird. I eat rocks, man. Did you not be listening?
All right.
Okay, so I guess like do you just want me to dump it on the floor?
Yes, just pour it into the birdcage. It's fine.
Okay, I'll pour a little in the birdcage.
As soon as you pour a little, like he immediately starts like scarfing it down. And I
Hungry
like
little guy. Look at him go.
as basically like as soon as he's finished like all of the pixie dust that you've poured out for him, you see him like pop up with like renewed vigor, and he's like, all right, okay, I'm way more jazzed to answer your questions now. I mean, if you could get the birdcage open, that would obviously be preferred. But yeah, hi.
Who put you in here?
Okay, so there's this shitty warlock. His name's Azaria Fitch, and he kidnapped my sister. So I was on my way to deal with that, and then he locked me in here. And this town is weird as hell, and I would rather not spend another moment here.
What is your moral stance on looting corpses?
Negative, generally.
Okay, that's good. So you're not one of them. Okay, so
No,
the
I don't
warlock's
live here.
probably
No, I'm
real
not
bad.
from here.
I mean,
I
it
mean,
wouldn't
you've already
surprise
earned
us
our
if you
favor. Like, you don't like the people in this town. You don't loot corpses.
No, they give me the creeps.
Already, I
I feel like they're always
sounds like a
watching me.
stand-up guy.
Yeah.
We look
got
at the
that impression.
window. Look to the window of the mausoleum.
You look through the mausoleum, you see like the stained glass window of the temple, and you can see Anya's face just pressed up against it, like staring at you guys.
Fogging the glass.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we'll let you out.
Uh,
I look for like some sort of like hinge mechanism on this cage.
I could sit on the cage and
I
it
would
would
prefer if
probably
you
break.
didn't. Can't you just like, I don't know, you seem strong. Like,
Picky,
could you just
picky.
like pry apart the bars?
Yeah, just pick it up and throw it as
No,
hard as
let's
you can.
not
I
do
think
that
that's a good
either.
idea if you... Oh,
No, we're trying to help you leave. You're not being very polite and you are not working with us here, you know. We're trying our best, okay?
Yeah, alright, I'd like to see you get in one of your wheelie carts and then get thrown across the continent.
what is
That
a wheelie
sounds
cart?
very fun and exciting, and I would like that very much. And now you've gotten my hopes up, and I know it will not happen. If you want, I can try to open bars. I stick my
I would prefer
finger
that.
in the bar, and I try to twist my finger around, try to like
Yeah,
pull them
pewter,
open.
you would know this. Gold is one of the weaker metals. And so with, I would say, roll a strength check. Let's go ahead and test that.
Okay, it's also really gross. I would not eat it.
That's a taste fad.
Yeah, I got 21.
Oh yeah, you basically just like fully, comedically like just put a giant hole in between the bars as you pry them apart. Yeah, no, as soon as you like get your hand anywhere near it, Leaf immediately kind of like flinches back like, ugh, why do you all smell horrific? I've been in like a tomb where someone rotted to death and it somehow smells better than all of you.
Okay, I pushed the bars
Peter,
back
No!
close.
back in the cage.
Yeah, I pushed it back. If you're going to be rude, I don't know if you want to
As
let
soon
you.
as you start
down.
to like close the bars, he zips out between. And pretty quickly you realize that he is very agile, and is kind of like flitting around the room. And as previously, he's about 6 inches tall. So he's like,
Is he? Flynn, are you brothers with this guy? What's going on?
Not cool, Peter.
Yeah, I don't. You do see the disparity between. You know what? You probably don't. It's gonna be okay. So Leaf, you mentioned your sister, and honestly, we weren't even sure this warlock existed until we talked to you. Just because, let's just say some of the other people were less than trustworthy.
We
no,
thought
I
it
mean,
was an elaborate grave robbing scheme.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was. I got locked in here, and I heard someone come in and start, like, taking things, and I was shouting for them to let me out, and they didn't let me out. So, yeah, no, I don't really like anyone in this town, frankly. But Azaria Fitch is very much real. He's a Fae napper. He kidnaps Fae and then trades them on the black market, and he has my sister, so that's priority number 1 for me.
What is your sister's name, Mr. Leaf?
Her name is Violet.
Okay.
Before you ask Pewter, I am.
I don't.
A or a pixie, a halfling. Big
Okay,
difference.
all right. Halfling, half. That's easy to remember, honestly. So, okay, this is Violet. Do any of you guys know Violet? Have you seen Violet around?
No.
No. Well, we don't
Is
know
she,
where
also,
Violet is.
is she also 6 inches tall?
I mean, yeah, she's my sister. Pixies are actually, she's technically, she's 5 foot, 4, by foot I mean inch, 5 inch, 4 centimeter, I don't know.
Peter's
5.4 inches. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, like,
Peter's
I'm a
the-
goblin, and I'm like, tall.
Okay, so you're
they can...
you're not okay. I
What?
don't.
You're not tall,
Are
is
you-
what
are
she's
you-
saying. You're very
Did you get
short.
cursed or like what's going on?
I don't know what you mean.
Like you're not a
I'm just big.
goblin, man.
Yes, I am. I grew up in a goblin town.
You can see. Oh, so you're like adopted.
Nope.
He's
My parents
green, he's
just died in a
goblin.
tragic
Leaf,
accident.
Just roll with it. Just
Yeah,
roll with it, please.
You see the like gears in his head turning where he decides whether he's gonna fight this fight. And he just goes, "All right, listen. You all seem capable. I guess I heard vaguely through the mausoleum walls. I obviously can't handle Azaria Fitch on my own, unfortunately. And he's like saying
You
this through
heard-
gritted teeth.
You heard all that and thought we were capable?
I mean, strength in numbers, I guess. It's you could always use cannon fodder. Anyway, point is, I feel like you guys.
What's a cannon?
Nothing.
What father?
Also nothing. If you guys could
Okay.
help me get my sister back, I mean, I could probably give you some reward.
You have hotel coupons?
Would you do it for
or
hotel
please.
coupons?
No, we don't need any reward.
No.
We do it for the good of.
No.
Kidnapping is very serious crime. I think that
True.
we should go bring this Mr. Fitch to justice.
I agree. He's an asshole.
It's what
Peter,
the Boulder would want.
I understand since you eat rocks, money isn't really a humongous concern to you, but some of us need to buy things.
I'll be honest, Herb. I think where you grew up, it sounds like they just used coupons. I mean, it is part of the Goblin Code.
No, we used money. We used money, but if you're ever offered coupons for a quest, you should accept because it's virtuous. Only virtuous
makes-
people have hotel coupons.
That
Then-
makes sense to me, yeah.
Leaf flies up to your face, Herb, and he goes, "In that case, I promise you one hotel coupon. So, by your goblin code, you have to help me probably."
That tracks, yeah.
Cool. All right. So I got
I mean,
two.
I want to. It's because I want to.
Listen, I mean, you could probably raid the Fitch Manor. He's probably got some priceless art you could sell, and there's probably some benefit for you, other than the moral satisfaction of freeing a ton of innocent people, which frankly I think should be at the top of your priority list. But that's just me.
The Goblin Code says kidnapping people shorter than you is bad.
I mean, I'm
Oh,
significantly
wow,
shorter
yeah.
than you, so that's
That's
Wow,
true.
yeah.
and
That's why it's bad.
so is my
Because
sister.
when humans kidnap goblins, it's bad. But when we kidnap them, it's okay because they're taller than us.
Or a lot of
I mean, that explains a lot.
yeah. I've met a lot of okay, well, whatever. Point being, Fitch would be in the city of Avarina. It's he kind of like looks around. You actually see him fly out of the mausoleum and then fly back in. And then he goes, I think it's about like to the west of here. And it should be about like a day's travel. It's pretty close by. It's kind of weird that your cart guy didn't just take you there instead of this weird town, but I'm not complaining because you got me out. So,
I
Yeah, this
think
town
Luigi must have been here before, and he said, "No, thank you, not going down."
yeah, I think he probably
I
just
don't-
didn't want
I
to
do not
pass through.
blame It's pretty awful.
Mhm. He read the whole eavesdropping sign they have out in front of the town, and he
Yeah.
just said, "Nope."
I mean, at least
Keep
they're
on
honest about
going.
it. There's a huge sign that says like "We eavesdrop here." Like, it's just
A stark difference from their corpse robbing policies, where they're not
Yeah.
honest at all about that.
yeah. But
I think the eavesdropping's like a little red herring.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, Mr. Leaf, are you coming with us if we go to get your sister?
yes, obviously. I mean, I'm not just gonna send
Okay.
you and sit. First of all, I would rather not spend any more time in this town. But secondly, yeah, no, of course I'm gonna go get my sister, and I can help you guys out. I do magic, like Fey stuff, and I can direct you. I can point out Fitch. You'll know him because he
Oh,
looks like a
that's-
sleazebag that you want to punch in the face.
I've been getting that a lot in this town, though, so maybe...
No, he's like a grade A sleazebag. You will know him when you see him.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, that's nice. So you take us to this bag of sleaze, and I will punch him in face, and then we will get your sister.
Alright. Sounds like a plan, Steely Dan.
Okay.
Steely
You wanna-
being literal because you're made of
That's-
metal.
No, that's very racist for you to say. My name is not Dan, also. It's Pewter. I was going to offer you sit on my shoulder, but now, Mister, you lost that privilege. You got to sit somewhere else.
Ah, damn. Whatever am I to do?
Well, there's 2 other people you could sit on. You have options, but not here.
know,
No longer
I-
welcome.
I don't actually get this the other way around. You want to sit on my shoulder?
Yeah, sure, whatever. And he flies over and sits on your shoulder.
Wow. All right. Well, so that's what that feels like. Okay.
Glenn, you want to sit on my shoulders later?
No. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Because last time you had a lot of fun, so I didn't know.
The kicking and the squealing had nothing to do with the being on your shoulders. Okay.
Okay, all right. Well, I think we better hit the hay.
Yeah,
It's
as-
getting a little dark outside.
As you walk outside, night has fallen, and Leaf goes, I mean, I think if you guys are willing to burn those coupons I'm assuming you have, yeah, it makes sense if you just stay the night here, maybe take
Yeah.
shifts to make sure that you don't get robbed or murdered and then robbed, I suppose.
Yeah, I was gonna say they'd probably have to kill us 1st,
Uh-huh.
or it wouldn't be like permissible.
But
But which inn?
Very
Do you have a
strict-
favorite, Leaf?
I personally could not care less. I mean, I guess
Well, that's very unhelpful.
the red one, probably. I don't know.
Okay, the one with big doofus.
I sure.
I think it was
Yeah.
stupidest doofus or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Sir Doofus, I think we just abbreviate since we're
Big,
there in his first
dumb,
name.
stupid idiot, I think was his name. We'll figure it out, you know.
Yeah.
As you guys are exiting the graveyard, you hear a muffled boop, and the sound of some dirt shuffling around. And then a little bony snoot pokes out of the ground.
Oh, the Pewter turns around and starts doing like a slow motion run with his arm.
Oh man, I had a dog barking sound effect this whole time.
Does he jump up into my arms?
He does. Well,
Oh,
I should say he tries. He doesn't really have a lot of like. You're very tall, and he can't get very far off the ground. But an attempt was made.
Oh, it's okay, little guy. I'm just so happy you're back. And I pick him up and I swing him around and I hold him tight and I give him a huge hug and I smash him into bone powder bag. No, I'm kidding. He's fine.
Leaf, that's his dog, like Poopy or something. I honestly don't remember. It's one of the things in the graveyard that we had
Yeah,
to
he's just
put back
covered in
the grave.
shit too. So now we're just both covered in shit.
Yeah, you know that's probably. That's your business.
Pewter has to get his own room. I've
Yeah,
decided.
he's not talking with me.
So as you make your way back into the town, and I presume stay at the Ostrich Inn, the red one, you walk in, and there are a few more people around, but for the most part, you're good to settle down for the night, provided that you. I will say, well, let's go ahead and do this.
There's ink lines coming off the entire group. when we
It's a
walk
pretty
in.
rancid sight, all things considered. You see, you walk in and he goes, "Oh, you came! I was convinced that you had gone with the other not in town. That this is
Sir
the only
Doofus,
one."
we would never.
No, I thought Doofus was the other guy that doesn't exist.
You both call each other that. It's very confusing.
Well,
I
I'm
mean,
just
would
their
like to
names,
use
maybe
our-
their name the same.
I'm just. What? No! His name is. Gable, if he had a name, and my name is Abel, a completely different individual name that is not at all similar. Also,
Yep.
I will
gonna
take
say
those inn coupons. I've got your rooms all cleaned up because I was really hoping that you would come back.
Your parents
Okay.
did not like you very much, Mr. Abel. Or they were not creative people.
Wait till you find
That's
out
all.
our last name.
Okay, now you have to. You cannot tease us with this and then not say. Come on now. What is it?
He leans in really close and goes, Babel.
Oh, wow.
see.
They were not even. Were they drunk when you guys popped out? What happened there? I don't know.
As you can tell, family was not a big priority for our house.
But you made a nice place here. Looks
I
good.
do, yeah. It's very unique. There's no place like it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting a lot of angry look. I'm going to. You guys go ahead. I'm gonna go in river. I think.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. The lady who you leaned over to, who gave you the thumbs up way back when, she's still sitting at the bar, and she just goes, "Wow, you guys are like noticeably stinkier than you were when you left. That's gross, actually."
And you're noticeably uglier than this morning.
Okay,
Sure.
I don't really appreciate that. That feels uncalled
Well, I
for.
don't really appreciate that either. I wasn't the one playing in poop, and you're calling me stinky anyway.
Well, I'm
I
not the
was the
one
one
who
playing.
dyed himself green to look like a goblin.
See, everyone keeps saying that. I think you're just being racist.
I'm being racist, and
Herb,
Yes.
Herb, she's not worth it. Herb, she's not worth it. Come on.
where is it? She's like, I'm being racist.
And I feel like I need to talk to this person.
You should know.
Herb, she's just she's jealous and she's racist. She's
I
just
know,
not
I
worth
know.
it. Walk away, Herb.
And I walk up towards like where our rooms would be.
Yeah, but definitely not.
You're in green face. This is the worst. We're gonna get demonetized before you're ever monetized. You're in green face.
Oh my
Yeah.
The facial expression is perfect too.
Yeah. Anyway, we can go ahead, I think, and wrap it there for the night. On that huge plot twist of I had a goblin NPC ready.
Last thing, can I do really quick?
Yeah, of
When we're all
course.
settled in the room, can I cast alarm on the door?
Yes.
Because that's something Peter goes, and it's set up so that if anybody crosses the threat, you'll all hear a loud Peter's voice going, "Alarm! Alarm! Alarm!"
Great. Okay.
So if you have to go to the bathroom, just remember,
Yeah.
go through the window.
Yeah, fortunately you all have your own individual rooms because you each had individual vouchers. Luxury that you will probably not be afforded in the future, because, these are one-time use, as it specifically says. One-time use, non-refundable, or non-transferable. These are very important. Sorry your trip sucked. Free in vouchers.
I mean, it kind of sounds like everyone can pay in vouchers, so I don't know. I think we're gonna be pretty flush.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, that's session 1, I think. Let me put these guys away.
Can we
Well,
say
thank you,
to Chad?
Maggie.
Thank you,
And
Maggie.
thank you, Maggie.
This is awesome.
I am very, very glad that I had fun, personally.
It's so much fun.
I had a blast.
Mhm.
But in case anyone came in late, we're going to be uploading the full, just about 3-hour VOD on YouTube. I'll post that on my Tumblr, and hope it'll also be up on the channel for a little bit. I think it's like 2 weeks, and then it expires. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're watching on the VOD, thank you for watching. Thank you guys, players. Yeah, it was super fun, and we have more adventures with this group, and also Chunky, the Basset skeleton, and also a secret 4th person who will be here next week.
Chunky, my beloved.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should take that. I think that should be our fourth. Just put Chunky in.
But yeah. Well, I'll see if I can make a chunky emote, for the Twitch chat.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Anyone who follows, there needs to be a nice chunky sound.
Yeah, it'll be like the little animated GIF of Chunky barking. But yeah.
Work.
I love it.
Alright.
Well, thanks, Maggie. Thanks again. And thanks, everybody who's
you.
watching.
Thank you. All right. Bye, guys.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah, there's been a lot of engagement in the chat. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
See you next week.
See you next week.